You're on. Francois?
Hello, internet friends. Bonsoir, internet ami. It is Francois.
Francois made it.
Well done.
And he got flying
He
lessons.
sailed just like I imagined in that one shot. Just floating.
The girthy worms.
Yes. Everything was.
Before I was so rudely interrupted by French monocellular organisms, welcome to Quests in Cthulhu. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to have a lot of fun. We might even have some blood magic. You know, we promised in the title. It's like Chekhov's blood magic. If it shows up in Act 1, it has to be used before Act 3.
As long as we have breakfast first, I'm fine.
Always.
That's right.
Everybody needs some good breakfast.
Yes.
So, some exciting / probably terrifying news for the rest of the characters. Not only is Thomas joining us once again at the table, playing a character that you'll meet in a little bit, he's doing an accent. So
Is it like Francois?
get excited, people.
I wasn't until just a second ago.
So yeah, Thomas will be sitting in. Amy is on an airplane as we speak. It got delayed, and it's always good in any ongoing Cthulhu group to have a backup character that it can appear when needed. And
That's what I'm here for.
Plus, I have a Thomas death track that I'm now keeping. How many times I can kill Thomas? And
Oh,
so
it's not how many other PCs Thomas kills?
I've run that game too. The announcements are blissfully short this week, and that is just to remind you to join us at KublaCon. We are gonna have a lot of fun Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
Friday afternoon / evening, board game party, gonna be awesome. Saturday, live recording of a D&D game. Less awesome, but you know, only because it's D&D. There will be wonderful people in that room. There will be chances to heckle galore. I'm personally trying to suggest that every time we have an NPC, we pull a random audience member to play that NPC, and we have some sort of deck of you get an accent and a personality, and that's what you have to play.
I'm in favor.
Brilliant. I second that.
I just make these things up, and then
I don't know if
people-
there's enough cameras available for that.
we can just have one dedicated NPC camera, you know.
Again.
Or
I could bring a
kick Ruckus out. I mean, that's
Oh, come on.
that's unpopular opinion. Well, number 2, because not liking D&D for some reason in this room is an unpopular opinion. I prefer to think of it as an educated opinion.
Ooh.
D&D sucks. It's a terrible game. All right.
Dear Wizards of the Coast, endorse or agree.
This is how we get a Twitch, violent content warning. Warning, trigger warning.
Yeah, it's not the blood magic. It's
Yeah.
the D&D.
No, this is how we get a diss thing going back and forth. This is how we get popular. Keep doing it, man.
Oh, I see.
So a couple of things I do need
Please.
to from the chat. Bo subscribed. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Bo.
Yeah, for being a part of this.
I'm not familiar.
Cheers.
And Seth gave us the best first name that my character could have.
Oh no.
Dave McGillicuddy.
Dave!
Of course it's Dave. Of course it's Dave.
Way to ruin the
Dave,
surprise.
what are you
of who the
doing?
character is.
Dave.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't resist that.
Well,
It's
Dave?
written on the screen.
Oh, is it? All right. So, way to ruin the...
It's right over
You
here.
could have had, cool question marks, and then it could have come off. So, Thomas is pulling double duty, and we really appreciate it. He's on the ones and twos producing, while he's also trying to remember what accent he's doing at any given moment.
There's
this
no
would be
accents.
hilarious.
We'll hold up flashcards for you.
Like, here are your lines.
German,
Irish.
and Irish and Russian, and there.
Yeah.
So last week, we had the Great Dane Society started out deciding not to do blood magic in a rare moment of
Sensibility.
good common sense. I don't know. They decided not to do that. They went to a lovely gala at Erica Carlisle's house, and it turns out that Erica Carlisle is a big opera fan. Tiana rolled an 01 on a luck roll.
It was amazing.
It's a massive critical success. And so Erica Carlisle spent the rest of the session fangirling wildly over Alexandria.
She was swinging.
She was trying so hard not to fangirl. It was adorable.
And that led to some information and possibly offers of assistance, and I'm guessing there'll be another visit to Erica Carlisle's house at some point. You also went to visit, I should be doing my little pictures here for if I'm going to put them out there. You went to visit, it's going to be the last one I find here, of course. You went to visit Jonah Kensington, who was Jackson Elias's publisher, and he gave you some information and some notes from Jackson. However, he was also, you were clear that he was leaving something out. There were some details that he was not giving you because he was embarrassed at what I believe he said that Jackson had been raving and that sort of thing.
Raving success.
Go sure.
Blood and kisses.
Blood and kisses.
Jonah Kensington gave you a bunch
My
of
new
information.
email signature.
He also gave you a lead in London, a contact, a guy named Mick Mahoney at, I want to say Scoop magazine, I think it was, who was a guy that Jackson got in touch with, several of you have traveled to London back and forth, and you know that Scoop is a tabloid of the worst manner.
It's a very yellow sort of paper.
Yeah. Yes, it's not a proper piece. And we closed the night out with a visit to the New York Times, where our party of shining bastions of goodness suggested to an innocent attorney that she go visit the Juju house.
Newspaper. She's not an attorney.
Newspaper. Sorry. Suggested to a New York Times reporter that she go visit the Juju house. So
Oops.
Get ready for the reporter disappears news story coming soon.
Just disregard the human life.
They're about to learn a principal difference between D&D and Call of Cthulhu,
Oh boy.
which is that people matter.
Hey, we didn't say to go alone.
That's true.
We told her it was dangerous.
Just go.
Sorry that she didn't
It's
think
totally
about
our
it.
fault.
What do reporters do?
They try to pretend they're ninjas and then write about it.
That's pretty much what they do.
Yeah, they are
That's
ninjas.
Description.
All right, so first thing in the morning, you guys have now been in Westchester with brief trips into the city for 3 days? It's now Tuesday.
Yeah, I think so.
Tuesday, I want to say the 21st. I got to bring those dang calendars because keeping track of time is a good thing.
While you're keeping track of that,
Yes,
the
what else
Baroness
happened? Oh, the Baroness.
just slid 1,500 gold pieces over to the...
Thank you, Lane.
My favorite G.I. Joe villain, the Baroness, gives us 3 inspiration, which goes along with the 4 inspiration that we had left over from last time. And I think there's 5 on the table there.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
I'm
sure
going to
about
slide
there's
2 more over there.
Let it be known I'm not afraid to use it. Usually when I'm back there, I'm yelling, use the inspiration, inspiration.
10 episodes now. I think 9 of them we've done G.I. Joe Corner, maybe even all 10. And I've gone through almost every Cobra villain. And other than the Baroness, it's kind of been a sausage fest. You know, Cobra was not what you'd call an equal opportunity employer. But they did have, in a later series, terrible villains that they added that were, we talked about Zartan, the Master of Disguise, who had the awesome figure. He had a twin sister named Zorana. And Zorana was a Master of Disguise, but she was also and this is a quote from the back of her little G.I. Joe thing, world-class actress. So I guess she got good reviews or something. But, and throughout the course of the cartoon, she would pretend to be these various people, and it was always painfully obvious it was her, but the cartoon had this conceit that she was a world-class actress, and so, like, the idiots in G.I. Joe would never be like, I think that's Zorana. No, that's Becky. We just met her, and she just wants to see why we have Serpentor in a cell. Let's show her, shall we? It was... How did G.I. Joe ever succeed? Like, as a unit, they were...
There was a lot of pew.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it didn't exist in my generation.
Oh, shots fired.
See what you did there, and I don't like it.
I do think we need a full-on graphic for G.I. Joe Corner with Ezra.
I don't know if Hasbro might sue us. Thank you, Baroness, as always. By the way, there will be the next G.I. Joe Corner will involve ice cream.
Are you bringing ice cream?
I would
No.
love that.
No, not that good.
Aw.
So yes,
I got really excited for G.I. Joe all of a sudden.
You could bring G.I. Joe ice cream sandwiches.
So it is Tuesday the 20th.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the morning of Tuesday the 20th, Emma, realizing that she hasn't been home in 3 days, says, "I gotta go home. My mom is probably still upstairs yelling for me to start her bath." Or the phone's ringing and she's just yelling for me to answer it.
There's random small children calling the house.
Emma, there's a boy here to see you.
He wants some root beer barrels.
So Emma is heading back to her house. You guys know her phone number, so if something goes down, you can
Call on
get
her.
in touch with her that way. It is so she leaves fairly early in the morning because it's about an hour into town. And after she leaves, the three of you make me a spot hidden roll.
Ooh, I made it.
Totally made it.
Wow.
Critical.
Yes.
Nice.
I got a 4 out of 35.
17
Nice.
out of 50.
So you notice, you guys are like at the back window. There's like, what are they, French doors or you know, and you're sort of all having a cup of tea, looking out, and it's January. It's snowy. It's cold. You notice some rustling in the bushes. You two, with critical successes, you see a huddled figure. It's a human, like shivering, that is sort of hiding but peeking.
Is it obvious what they're looking at?
It's looking into the house.
Oh, into where we're at.
So I just like sip my tea, and from behind the cup, I'm like,
Wait, you guys got critical successes?
yes.
All right. Your eagle eyes. It looks. The guy looks familiar. It's a guy, and it kind of looks like the police officer that was in the partner. The guy who was whose partner turned into
I grab a blanket.
terror parrot.
McGillicuddy.
I grab a blanket. Excuse me.
So you're heading out.
I'm going out. I'm going out with her,
Okay. So
pulling my boots on as I go.
essentially, since your world was shattered and
Yes.
you realized that there are just horrible, awful things, and also racked with guilt at knowing that you framed an innocent man, you went a little loopy, and you found out where you could find these people. That you now they're the only ones that they fought that thing off, and you're terrified that thing is still out there. And
Shark parrot, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so you're, you're looking for them, or as you think of it, Officer Mathis.
Right.
You're looking for them to try and somehow repay that debt, but also to protect yourself. And so you've been out here. You're not dressed for winter. You've been out here since the following evening.
Oh, jeez.
You hitchhiked out to Westchester. You've left. You went AWOL from the force. They had put you on administrative leave, which basically means they're going to send you to a shrink twice and then tell you you're fine.
As long as the paychecks keep coming.
We're at my house, right?
You're at your house.
Yeah.
So as I'm grabbing a blanket, I say, "Dear, can you start running a hot bath, please? We have a guest who's frozen cold."
Tepid.
Another guest.
Probably
Yes.
a tepid bath would be safer if his system is shocked too fast.
Good
It
point.
could be
Don't make
dangerous.
it too hot. Poor chap's frozen.
Wait.
I love you, dear.
That was one option for a PC to play. No.
That would be going like the
Doddering old doctor.
I would have paid to see that. All right, so we're heading out. You
So
grab
you
the
see them
blanket.
approach. They have clearly seen you.
Professor. What? I see in the accent, undercover.
It's frozen.
All right, people in the chat, this is a fun game. And on YouTube, you can play along too. Every time Thomas says something, guess what the accent is. The answer will be different every time.
It will, yes. Very, very much so, yes. Okay.
That's canceled.
Oh my.
It's
Oh my.
it's McGillicuddy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come inside.
Okay,
I throw the
okay.
blanket on your shoulder.
Oh, thank you.
What are you doing out here? You are frozen solid.
I came to find you.
How long have you been outside?
I don't know.
Come, let's
Hours,
sit
a
down.
while.
Why
What
don't
time
you
is
use
it?
the front door?
You're not. Are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only
Just like in the back.
What are you wearing?
throwing shade.
Yes.
I'm actually wearing so I took off the cop uniform,
Right.
and I'm just wearing sort of a regular,
He's wearing like a
Just like plain
a sad
shirt.
suit. An
yeah,
old suit.
pretty much.
Little too big for him.
Yeah.
I ever since the
The
bird
thing. You can call it the thing we do.
thing, I don't use front doors anymore.
Well, I hope you still
Excellent
like
phobia.
some tea.
I
you
would love
like
some tea.
Something
Yes.
to warm you here.
Yes.
We should
please.
probably use the veranda door then if he can't do front doors.
That's fine.
Dear, your bath is not hot.
Dear, this is Officer
McGillicuddy.
McGillicuddy.
Officer?
He's the one that
Yeah.
survived that thing I told you
The
about.
less I know about what you do.
probably the happier
Yeah.
you'll
It's all right.
isn't
They
that
don't
like the
really
best
care to
marriage
hear about
ever?
what you tend to do.
Oh, you mean saving lives?
Well, that part is fascinating.
Fascinating.
It's how you go about making that happen that baffles me, but
will
that's
the
all right.
officer be staying long?
That depends.
I'll take that as a yes.
I never got your first name, McGillicuddy.
David.
David?
Yeah.
Pleasure.
All right, Dave.
Hand you a cup of tea. And you're off.
Thank you.
There's like a nice little piece of bread or scone or something like that.
Ooh, a scone.
Scone.
Classy.
Fancy. I feel fancy already.
So we have scones in this house.
Of course.
You know what really warms you up? A scone. A baked brick.
And
Soda
you notice
bread.
that there's a little bit of whiskey in that. It's
In
not
the scone?
in the scone, yes. It is made
Whiskey
out of
butter.
bourbon. No,
Yeah.
in the tea.
In the tea.
It's not too strong, but it's just enough to kind of relax you.
What? I mean, yeah. It's.
Tell us what
How long has it been?
It's been a couple of days.
2 days.
Feels like a week or more.
Have you slept since the incident?
Maybe. I might have blacked out.
Have you been drinking a lot?
No.
I might have blacked out.
It's all right if you have.
Drink responsibly.
I know it's okay.
You're dealing with a lot of shit.
Yeah. Just beers. Not drinking.
Yeah, that's right. Beers aren't drinking.
Not back
Still
then.
considered giggle water, you know that. That was actually a real 1920s
I love
term.
that.
Giggle water.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what happens now? I mean, that thing is still out there.
Yes, it is. We weren't able to kill it.
Well, we try to figure out how to stop it. That's what we've been doing. We've been doing research and trying to figure out what's connected to the creature. We've figured out a few things here and there. We know that the Juju house has got something to do with this. Have you hung up your badge? Are you off the force? Do they know where you are? I'm sorry, that's a lot of questions. It's just I'm
No. No. They put me on paid leave, as they do. So I imagine I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep getting paid and
Do you have no
go
family?
do something else. I do. Yeah.
Have you been able to connect with them?
No. I didn't think that it would be prudent to go where they are with, whatever is out there,
That's
knowing
Probably
Smart move.
smart.
I
Probably
exist.
smart, yes.
So he came to you.
We're already marked.
Door.
We're already marked. If the parrot shark thing knows about us, it'll figure out where we are eventually.
We sort of know how to kill it. Ish.
If you,
Shoot it, right?
you have to shoot it a lot, yes. Shooting it a lot enough times will cause it to die. We have seen one of them die.
One of them?
Yes. Yes.
We were in Peru.
In Peru.
Oh.
Remember your... do you remember the questions you came to ask us? One of them was or not we were in Peru.
I don't remember much from before. It's hazy.
It was something of a traumatic night, I understand.
Well, if you'd like to take a bath, your bath is ready. And we'll be eating in just about an hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And there's a guest room, some clean clothes, and
Where's the guest room?
it's down the hall, 3 doors on the left.
Damn.
Three doors down.
Yep.
As you start to walk, you walk into the open study, and her husband is just there with a newspaper and a large snifty of brander. Brander of brandy. Snifty of brander.
I love it.
What's in your cup, sir?
We're like 10 minutes in and my cheeks hurt.
Right? What's in your cup and are you sharing?
Water from the fine machine right out there. It's Quest and Chaos finest.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's Quest and Agua.
Yeah.
We brand everything here. It's relentless. So sponsor us. My water could be brought to you by
Q&C?
Nord Games.
Insert sponsor here.
Alas, hashtag not spawned.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. So I'll go up and
Yeah.
and get freshened up and take a bath.
Warm up a little bit.
So over the meal, he confirms all of your, Robson is bad, but he confirms that Robson is like terrestrially bad. He's just a cop on the take. Like he's never seen anything like what happened with Officer Mathis. None of that crazy stuff. And he knows that among the Robson runs a protection racket, and so people pay him, and then they don't have problems. And so
course.
you've actually seen a payoff at the Juju house
Right.
about that.
Is there any indication that he saw a change in his partner at any point? Like he was behaving one way and then started behaving a little strangely?
No, but you know that Mathis was one of the people that was sent to the Juju house to pick up the envelope of cash.
Was he ever sent to pick up cash?
No.
Interesting.
Emma was right.
Oh, that's a terrifying.
She'll be thrilled.
She will be.
Even a broke clock's right twice a day.
All right. Well, then, what is our next move from here? We're beginning to run out of goodwill in New York. Such as it ever was.
So you've got Erica Carlisle,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've probably got something with the Juju house.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could go back to the Juju house. He said I could come back at any time.
I'll wait outside.
Check on him or something.
I was going to say you might want to leave this one outside.
Yeah.
You can meet Billy.
Yeah.
Jimmy. Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Damn it, I was like, is it Jimmy or Billy? Whichever one I guess is going to be wrong.
Billy is the name of my cat. Really?
Well, clearly that's the... Thank you for that helpful mnemonic.
He goes squeak squeak.
He goes squeak, squeak.
Joe was my uncle, so clearly you should be able to remember.
The fact that Billy has stuck in your head, though, that amuses me.
It's like I have two names for kids, either Jimmy or Billy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They're stock characters.
I mean,
So, I mean, you're a police officer. What do you think is the best course
Can we
of
use
action?
him as bait?
Did you just say that?
for,
Yes, I
for,
did.
for,
Say that in front of him?
Yes!
for the parrots?
For the Juju house.
That-
He is an officer.
I mean, maybe bait's not necessarily the right word. But
It is not the right word.
Yes, or the right sentiment.
Again, Bells has disregard for human life.
What do we do? What do we do? I mean, we can't. We're in New York. We can't just start killing things and
is there a
No, you're
rule
right.
about killing creatures that want to do us harm?
well, I mean,
Technically, you'd need according to the law, you'd need a hunting license of some sort.
For unusual creatures?
Self-defense doesn't go towards animals.
Oh,
That's an unlawful discharge of a firearm.
so if a lion runs loose in New York, we're
You're assuming I
SOL.
use a firearm.
Oh, fair point. It's illegal to fire a firearm in New York.
Fun fact.
Stuff gets ignored a lot when parrots are involved, and
with teeth.
or there's someone to blame it on.
Or
you
there's
got a
someone
fall
to
guy.
blame it on.
In the 20s, that would be a patsy, not a fall guy.
Well, we have several concerns. There is the issue with Adams. Can you live with yourself knowing that he's going down? And he's an innocent man?
No, I just don't know what I can do about it.
Well, your boss is the one that seems to be calling the shots on that one.
Yeah, and I don't know what to do about it. I mean, he's powerful. He's got a lot of friends. He's got a lot of people on the take.
It's not the mayor that's above him. Is the chief?
Police commissioner.
Yeah, police commissioner.
Okay.
The mayor would be involved if he knew.
And so would the governor, if you go high enough.
If you could get some proof that he was doing this, and I mean, you could almost be proof, but you'd really need some backup. Like if you had a record of payments or something like that. Make me a luck roll.
Well, I could also go to the Juju house and demand payment. 13.
Wow.
I was just about to suggest that same thing, but you came up with it without the luck roll, so.
Exactly, bait.
Bait. Negotiating power.
Sure. And maybe steal the ledger if they have one.
Oh,
A ledger would be a very powerful piece of evidence. It would that would be the record then.
would they have records of payments? I mean, I suppose they gotta
They got to have some kind of
track it
accounting.
somehow. So I could probably sneak into the into the station and swipe it. If there's something there, I could. I mean, it would be tough. We'd have to find some way to get.
It would be
Adams.
easier to get into the Juju house,
Then into
Yeah.
the station.
theoretically.
Well, I should be able to walk into the station. Yeah.
Like, I forgot my
Most parts
coffee
of it,
mug.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Officer McGillicuddy, do you mind if I call you David?
yes, that's fine.
Um,
Or Dave.
Dave, is it possible that this might be a little too soon that you be coming back and facing such creatures? Are you going to be okay? You just lost your partner.
Yeah, but I mean,
Are you one of those men that like to just jump in and keep going to...
it depends.
I'm just concerned about your well-being because this...
To be fair, there are very few things that distract from unusual circumstances more than something that you can sink
That's
your teeth
tangible.
into.
Well, one thing I can say is that I don't want to see another one of those bird things.
You should be prepared to. You're a trained officer. You know that we're going into the fire.
And then I need to be prepared for that.
You're a reasonably good shot when you're not missing and hitting me in the arm.
Shade.
Totally don't remember that.
It was an interesting night.
Oh, by the way, everybody that's injured heals one more point.
Oh,
if you want.
yay.
Nope. I was back up at full because he did real good first aid.
He doesn't remember that either.
No.
That's all right.
I slept through the whole thing. Apparently.
No, this was in my apartment, so
Yeah.
he didn't
Yeah.
sleep through it.
Through the fight, I just came out the aftermath.
Yes.
Like, nice new veranda you got here.
Miranda tour.
So going to the juju house is good, but there's still the matter of Adams.
Well,
Timing's of the essence. When is his trial?
they pushed it up because remember Rebecca said they pushed it up because
With the new evidence.
the new evidence.
Do you know
Does
the
your-
date? Can we figure out?
You can see it's in the newspaper that it will be his trial is next week.
Does your rich friend, what's her name?
Erica.
Erica Carlisle have any connection with maybe the police commissioner or the governor or whoever?
She may, but I think it would be more long-term useful to take the chief down if possible. And the sorts of evidence that we can gather would be the best for that.
Right. Evidence with bait first.
Please stop calling him bait. People get
I'm sorry,
uncomfortable with that.
I need to learn how to interact with humans.
To be fair, they are tricky creatures.
You're starting
Are
to
you
question.
not?
We're humans. We've just seen some really horrible things.
Exactly. We are humans who
This-
have had shared bad experiences.
This poor wonderful woman here has faced horrors that, have changed her voice.
Where are you, Francois?
Yeah, that little...
He's in the corner.
He's thinking about what he did.
Nobody hates Francois.
With the dunce cap.
He's thinking about what he did and giggling.
Oh, ho, ho.
So what's the play? I mean, is it? I mean, even so, let's say we take down the chief. It's not going to free Adams.
Well, if we can discredit the chief and then start pulling at the threads that he has tied from everything that's been happening around the
Captain
city.
Robson.
Ugh.
Yuck.
That's it, Captain, not the chief.
Yes, Captain, pardon me. If we can start pulling on the threads that he has tied from the incident at my apartment to Adams and other things that I'm sure he's been using Adams as the patsy for.
How long has Robson been in his position?
He's been the captain of the Harlem department for a couple years.
Do you know who was in his place before?
And where did he come from before that?
Yeah.
He was a lieutenant before that. He's been in Harlem most of his career. He worked his way up. The captain before that was a Captain Mason who retired. Kind of abruptly.
Was that captain on the take? Do you know?
I don't know.
What's the
Probably.
Yeah.
Seems like it's.
I'm trying to
somewhat
figure out
chronic.
a timing here. You know what I mean? There's a timing here, like with the Carlisle expedition versus when these people have been put into power. And I'm wondering.
So Robson is, the Juju House isn't the only place that he's getting protection money from, and again, McGillicuddy is pretty clear that Robson is not. The Juju House. The fact that it's the Juju House is incidental. It's not like
He's a local small time.
yeah.
Yes, but in the more terrestrial matters, if we're going to focus on Hilton Adams, then bringing down Captain Robson may be one of our best plays.
Have you spoken to the press about the captain?
Yes.
Only one
Well, Rebecca.
source from the New York Times.
You also have Lieutenant Poole, who was the guy at Jackson Elias's murder site.
Who we believe is a good person,
Yeah, and who,
a good cop.
who, like, in times that Robson was not, he in times that having Adams as a patsy for this was ridiculous.
How well do you know Lieutenant Poole?
You know of him.
Yeah, of him, but he seems like a decent guy. I mean, the problem going to him, to help with this is, if it wasn't Adams, we can't say what it was.
That's true.
Not to the public, maybe, but...
But this has been all over the press. The Adams case has been very front and center for some time. If it suddenly is, he was released, he won't be able to go back to a life because everyone will just assume that he paid someone off.
And
dear,
I hate
dear.
to say this.
Yes, my love.
I need your help with something. This is really important. Would you mind sitting in for a moment?
Is the bath too hot?
No, the bath is fine. It has nothing to do with the bath. It has everything to do with your expertise in science and medicine. Is it possible that a disease could selectively affect individuals through single interaction? Like a single contact? And the reason why I ask is because it seems to me that there's blue blood involved. Maybe there's an outbreak that has just been recently contained. That would be a good
Like the
cover
nobility?
story. No, not like the blue nobility, dear. Remember, I told you there was that animal.
Here's a vial.
Oh.
There was that animal. There was that animal that I told you about.
Okay.
Are you all right, dear? Sit down. Oh, sit down. Sit down.
I grab a waste paper basket.
Bad
Yeah,
idea.
he's violently ill.
Bad idea.
He rolled a 95 on a single.
I knew it. I saw your eyes go wide. I was like, oh, he fumbled that.
Oh man. So I think that is that comes to a problem that everyone might have with this, and I hate to say it, but the system's corrupt. There's just no getting around it.
Yes.
Unless you are in power or are powerful, it's not going to help.
Brings him hotty toddy. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna
Or
lay
some
down
water.
for a minute.
I'm going to carry the waste paper basket outside and put it on the veranda.
So,
The wash thing's right over there.
Thank you.
if we could, the only way that we can do something is to sow doubt in the public. We have to implicate Robson in these murders that he's covering up and blaming Adams. And if we can get somebody, evidence in the press to print that story, that's the only way that we can do anything here.
So we need the evidence first.
So we're suggesting that he's the murderer, and he's been using Adams as the fall guy.
Or it's the whole.
His organization, actually.
We say his whole organization. He's covering out for some guy in the precinct or one of his toughs, maybe out of the precinct. It's not all cops. His network's
Enormous, I imagine.
he's small time, but he's big enough where it's like he's got to have a weakness somewhere.
His network is really only Harlem. That is that you would that you can assume is direct. Anybody that he has direct power over is probably at least gonna stand up for him. You also recall that all of the murders that Adams is implicated in were cult actions. Like they all had the carving in the forehead.
Bringing Robson down as a cultist would be hilarious.
That would
Well,
make
maybe.
me really
what?
happy.
No, it wouldn't be.
Because
Think of it this way. If this is spanning Hong Kong, Shanghai, Egypt, Peru,
London.
London, New York. We create waves in New York, a pretty prominent city. Don't you think the rest of their little friends worldwide are going to make things a lot more difficult for us? We have to think of the big picture here. We're trying to solve a much bigger global problem. And Adams is a New York
I go
thing.
and I grab brandy.
Pass that this way.
Yeah.
I do agree with you.
I mean,
Honestly.
we should pay attention to something as significant as Adams. I don't want him to go down, but do you understand what I'm saying here? I'm just saying. We've got to think about it in terms of macro versus micro,
We need to bring him down just for the local crook that he is. You know, we can't
tie him into
But
the cult activity.
who's
Imagine-
going to step in his place? Right now, we know who's in charge. He's the one that's in charge of this section.
What about Lieutenant Poole? He works the area too.
True, but he's a good guy. So
Yes,
if we could use him to find out who else in other jurisdictions is running the show, then we might have something. We could see the network. Right now, we don't know what the network is. We take him down, another one will take its place. That's the way cults work. In all of my studies, that's what happens.
We need one piece of evidence tying Robson to this, to the shakedown, to the protection room. I can take that to Lieutenant Poole, and he can move from there.
If the ledger had one of his contacts or names, his name connect, that would be proof.
I have an Emma idea.
What's
It's something about the chair. It's contagious.
It's the chair. I think we should talk to Poole about our theory. Have him and you go to the Juju house undercover as
Crooked cops.
yeah, and somehow steal the ledger. Talk to
Inquane.
Silas.
I hate him. Him and bing bang boom. Evidence. Lieutenant Poole can
Good
take
old
over.
Silas Inquane.
The kitty cat hiss. Yeah, that's fair.
So how's that?
He's not dead yet.
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 I will kill him.
No, you won't.
So,
I want to know how he summons the things first.
Anyway.
Oh God.
Well, but
Wait, no, he summons the things?
He can. We know from what we found out. We know he can influence them. I don't know if he can summon them, but we know he can influence them for sure.
Maybe we shouldn't have said that part.
and you're about to ask someone who's been
No, you said you wanted to know everything.
Yeah. Of course I do. Of course.
You want to
know
stay
that?
here. I pushed the bottle. If you didn't want to know that,
I'll actually pour it in
I mean,
glass.
A little more civilized.
Yeah.
The question, though, if Adams is released, there's been enough coverage in the newspaper about the symbols carved into the foreheads and the speculation on cultic activities. That's not going to just go away.
Can we? What are the symbols? Do I know what the symbols were?
You've seen the picture of that was carved in the forehead. Yeah.
What is it of?
it's like a half circle with a.
It's that thing
What's this?
under the.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I mean,
Or
we
just 'cause
don't want
I
to
can't
tie.
get enough of this picture.
There it is.
There you are.
Look, it's you.
It's alternate universe you.
Exactly. I mean, I don't want to tie Robson up into this cult, in case the cult decides that it wants to use Robson.
And that's that's a fair point. But all of the murders that Robson has been tying Adams to have had the cultic element, and that's not something that'll just go away, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but that's probably, I mean, he's being paid by the cult to.
I got a question for you. I don't know. Maybe this is just thinking outside the box, and the answer could be no. But just bear with me
How do you feel
here,
about
all
being
right?
bait?
The DM always winces when they hear the term outside the box.
I think we should have a fallback plan. And my mind is kind of like, what's that magician? He disappears. He's really popular in Europe. Houdini. That's right. Do a disappearing act for Adams. And the reason why I think that should be a fallback plan is because regardless, I think even if we cut him out of the picture, somehow or other Adams is going to die.
You are suggesting
You know Houdini?
break a prisoner out of prison?
I've met him a couple times.
Just
in
before
passing.
his execution time. And the reason why that should be a fallback plan is because an innocent man's going to die.
Oh, God. Yeah, and non-innocent men are also going to die. Wait,
I'm not listening
no.
to anything besides Houdini.
Other innocent men who are not in prison also
I
going to
have
die.
connections.
To be fair, though, breaking someone out of prison is a reasonably good way to get other people put into prison if anyone's caught.
Breaking into some random shop in Harlem sounds a lot easier.
Yeah, Sing Sing is a level of levels of difficulty over the Juju house, probably.
Yeah.
My
True,
magic will
but
not
do you
help
think
with
it's easy
Sing Sing.
taking down a captain?
No.
So
You know it'd be easy? Going to the
Becoming-
Midwest and retiring or buying a farm.
I don't know. Have you seen the winters there?
Yeah. You see the winters
Snow
here?
Fair, but yes, that's fair.
you can always do that, but then you won't be you. And you joined the force for a reason. To help people, right?
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's just what we did.
Family business.
Yeah.
Huh. The actual blue
I'm
bloods.
just saying. And you are right. As far as easeability, I agree. It's not an easy thing to do, but we should have. We take down this captain. Who's going to take his place and still order the death of Adams?
If you're just joining us, Plan B is breaking into prison.
Not just prison, Sing Sing.
No, not breaking in. Maybe while the prisoner's being transported to the.
Oh, an armed robbery of the prisoner.
Yeah,
All right, I'll start looking through my spell book.
Just pop a few tires. It'll be easy.
I mean, we could go to Sears and order up some Tommy guns. And do this
there's
thing.
Thomas.
And do this thing. Again, unless you've got some sort of boat ready to go and get us out of New York, that's not a good idea. I think we.
That.
I did want to go back home to London.
Step one: we break in the Juju house. We scour for evidence. Maybe we kill somebody. Wait, did I just say that out loud?
Say what out loud?
Yes, exactly.
Maybe somebody has
something in their
a
head.
horrible accent.
There we are.
We need evidence, and we need evidence to frame Robson.
Yes.
Or to, actually, no, not to frame him.
Not to frame
To
him.
prove that he is, and we take it to Poole. Poole would be in line, I believe, to take over.
As captain.
captain.
Well, that's
Yes.
good. But then that's going to paint a big target on his back, too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But it also, he's a stand-up guy, but I'm sure he's got
Here's
ambitions.
another.
Poole needs to be on the loop.
Here's
with
another
this,
way
too.
we could do this, though. We could get in with Captain.
That seems like a long game.
That's a very long game, and we've only got about a week.
Wow.
Why do you only have a week?
Because that's what.
Oh, that's
Because
Adams.
Adams.
Yeah. Well, Adams' trial isn't a week, I suppose. It's formality at this point.
They will probably expedite the execution
the
after the
delivery,
trial.
yeah,
Yes.
of punishment.
Well, what about? I mean, is anyone on Adams' side other than reporter,
So
Rebecca,
the attorney and the reporter. The reporter, Rebecca Shoshonenberg, and the attorney, Carlton Gray.
Yeah.
right? And what about his neighborhood in Harlem? Is he from Harlem?
Yes. If things had gone better with the reporter, you might have gotten to meet his wife.
I am okay with not meeting her.
There's the reporter.
So, okay, so here's the deal. What time is it?
It's about lunchtime. It's a little
Oh.
after lunch,
Oh, okay.
because you're going to eat lunch.
Of course.
Not used to sitting in that spot anymore.
Interesting things I learned. Since 1890, from 1890 to 1960 something, all executions in New York were the electric chair.
Old Sparky.
Make sure you
See,
use
we
water.
could have the chair malfunction.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
That sounds terrifying.
Oh,
Again.
before it starts,
I'd be happy with a good bullet in my head.
So the chair,
Anyway.
the chair is at Sing Sing, so there's no transporting.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's the obvious. Just throw dynamite places.
There he is.
But that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Who would do such a thing?
What kind of arsenal do you have?
Chorus still mad.
I don't. That's another life.
How many lives?
He's currently on life 2 in this campaign.
So, at what point does military step in for such big affairs? I'm just out of curiosity. I don't know how this goes.
No, the governor would have to call it in. I mean, it would have to be a.
Well, I mean specifically, the military does not have police powers.
Yes.
Right. All right. Well, that's good to know.
the National Guard would be brought in for assistance, but only on like a natural disaster.
Well, my concern is we have multiple locations, one big massive, what was it, ritual sacrifice. There's been a lot of things going on trying to make more of these.
Probably.
We've got to stop it.
I think we really need to talk to Poole and then have both of you go into the Juju house, steal any kind of evidence, and then do that first.
And I'll go in as a backup, like maybe later, because Silas Inquane has given me, he's like an invitation to come back, and if for whatever reason.
Here's my problem. I don't think breaking and entering with the lieutenant will go well.
That's fair.
I think
it says on there
you
you
guys?
to buy the book.
Not breaking and entering, like being undercover and going as
One of the
the corrupt
He's
cop.
cynical.
Yeah, so me as a on leave cop.
Inquane wouldn't know that.
No, but
The lieutenant
Poole
would.
Yes.
Hello, officer that's on psychiatric leave. What would you like to do?
Well, there's these bird things.
And there's a reason you're on psychiatric leave.
So
I was just suggesting that so you might not die alone.
Holy shit!
well, if we're at that point, let's just do it. Let's just get this on with. I'm bait. I get it.
See, Dave's on board. Let's do this.
Was just suggesting
what would
that
Emma
so you
do?
didn't die alone.
I need to.
Just slides you
I need
another
to-
ball.
I need to go to Sears. Let's just say that.
You've been so welcomed into this group. It's been a warm.
Warm and cuddly. So
All right,
in
are you going during the day or in the evening?
in our version of the 1920s, would female cops have been a thing, or much of a thing?
I mean, not really.
Okay.
Maybe a detective.
We've got secretaries at the station.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh.
I'm hesitant to let you go in by yourself, but I'm not sure what sort of.
Oh, I'm going in at night.
All right. In that case, I'm going in with you.
I was going to say, if you're going to break in, then, because the shop closes at around between 3 and 5 in the evening. And I have an invite to go in, so if you wanted to be with me, that would be less
suspicious.
I told him that I was going to come back to buy the lion. I can make sure that I have enough money to do so.
Oh, that's right.
I'll sit in the car.
He's going to roll his eyes at this one. That's all right.
I don't want to go in when anyone's there.
I agree.
I mean, if somebody's there, trouble's going to happen. I mean, I can't just
I
demand
think
the
trouble's
ledger.
going to happen even if we think no one's there.
Well, and going in with him and with you, you have been tied to bells.
Right.
And now
Yeah.
Inquane has tied bells to the parrots. And, I mean, the parrots have been tied to you and I because it came to us.
I don't want to be
But
tied
in-
to parrots.
By going in broad daylight with him.
Yeah. And Inquane doesn't know Alexandria. And I'm sure you can disguise yourself as a male cop, I'm sure.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, what's the plan? Who's
I
going?
don't know. What is the plan?
Those who are going in, we're going to stay in the car.
All right. We're going in at night,
During
right?
the day or at
So
night?
why aren't we all going? That's the question. Why aren't
Because
we
he
all
knows
keeping-
me and I don't want to die.
But you can hide. Wait.
If
Time
we're-
out. Are we not hiding? Is it really difficult to hide in 1920s? Like every time I suggested it seems to be came.
I mean, I know I can hide in Harlem.
Right. disguise not a thing? Can we not do
Well,
that?
disguise is a thing, but you have to roll for
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And stealth is also a thing, and you have to roll for it.
that
And
part I
he will make us do those checks.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
What you talking about?
The-
What? You got plenty of inspiration.
that's true.
Yeah.
Or pushing rolls, even better.
I think that breaking in at night is going to be our best bet.
And I think we should all go. All of us.
Well, I
Because
think
what
we're
does it
gonna- we're
matter
gonna
if
need
you're there or
lookouts.
not?
So,
Because magic.
Right, you could help if there's a
How?
problem.
He can-
Do you think he's not going to
Wait,
cast
the
The
something
only
when-
protection sigil I have now is one on me.
Okay, well,
I don't. It's not.
I was just thinking there's no alarm system there, but if you say there's magic.
there's probably magic.
Some kind of magic trigger that can set him off knowing that I'm there. We all have, like, I guess, magical fingerprints, as you want to call it.
Would he know if we're there?
No,
Maybe.
you're not magical beings, no offense.
Well,
You don't.
None taken.
I am always
thing you said.
That is the kind of thing you've said all day.
You don't know that. That's nice for you to say that, but you don't know that.
well.
That's
and
actually insulting. That's like saying we're not alive. And I'm sorry, we all have life.
I'm getting out of the way of this one.
But
Sorcerer?
What?
Wizard?
As a policeman and as a semi-criminal at times, I mean,
Spoilers.
in any
Spoilers,
job like
darling.
this,
Yes.
the more people you add,
The bigger the problem becomes very
Right.
quickly. And this is a small, tight-knit sort of neighborhood because it is literally a little door in an alleyway surrounded by a bunch of other buildings.
so bring root beer barrels.
absolutely.
If there are more than a few people who are pretty good at staying to shadows, we will be seen.
Okay. So what are we arguing here?
Didn't
Why are we splitting up the party? That's
We're not
where I'm going.
That's
exactly.
a good point.
We're not exactly splitting the party. You stick in the car, so you're close by. If we,
That's never worked before.
I don't want to bring all of us directly into. The
I'd
juju
rather us all
house.
be there because, and I go like that.
No.
This is from me facing it the first time. I barely lived. Okay? And there were 5 of us that time. You and I faced it, and it was the 4 of us, or 3 of us. You, me, you. Do you remember? We barely survived that. Your apartment was destroyed. I don't want 4 of us against 1. If he summons one of those things,
If we can avoid
we're
fighting at all,
screwed.
if we can avoid fighting at all, then we've won.
True, but what's? Do you think that he's not going to know the moment someone crosses his threshold?
So just
Circles.
as a
you know?
reminder, this is the layout here. This is the Juju house. This is the alley that leads to 137th Street. This is the tenement where not Billy Jimmy lives. And so that is the front room of the Juju house. There's a curtain back here that sort of leads
Into
who
something.
knows where.
And there's an abandoned pawn shop next door.
Well, no, that's the tenement.
We're turning that into a tenement.
Disregard
what the official map says?
That's right.
Okay.
There's some GM fiat going on.
Can do.
I can't do anything by the book.
GM fiat.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
And Jackson Elias practically emptied his clip in that thing in order for it to die. I did empty mine into it point blank.
So are we fighting over not splitting up the party? Is that it?
So
I don't want to
Okay,
go
if
in
you give
two
me a
at
gun, I'll
time.
go in. Fine.
luckily in America, it's easy to get guns.
Thank God.
Other places we go,
God bless America.
So, I mean, one thing, like, if that parrot thing, unless it can go back and forth between people, being people, it wouldn't really fit in the Juju house.
Okay.
Like, it would destroy
Everything.
that's in there trying to get in and out. Because the Juju house is a tiny, it's very small.
And honestly, even if it was able to use a person to get through the front door, it would still destroy everything bursting out.
Right.
And be tied up
So
more than I am.
You don't think, I mean, it doesn't seem, to use a very weighted term here, it just doesn't seem logical that there could be one of those things in the Juju house.
I'm concerned about him, like, drawing a circle and raising one and summoning one,
Literally,
you know?
stranger things have happened.
That's more what I'm concerned about. Less concerned about the one that's free. I'm concerned about him.
So one thing,
Calling
as a
one
cop,
there.
you could do a stakeout. You know, you could like just spend a day watching the place and get a sense of like when does he leave, what happens, you know, that sort of thing.
That's a good idea.
Because I
We'll
mean,
be
of course,
wasting a night. Then.
It'll be the way it'll be. You know, that's all you're doing that day. But right now, you don't have any information. You know, you
going
don't
in
know
blind.
what
yeah.
happens.
Well,
who
maybe
does
I can
what.
see some of the other cops that might come by if that's a
Yeah,
thing.
you might recognize somebody, that sort of thing.
And our goal would be to be there when he's not there, and assuming that he doesn't live, you know, in the back room, it would take him some time to get there, and that will give us time to find something and get out.
I can do my best to do some kind of,
Misdirection, redirection.
I would say, hiding spell on you. It won't be as powerful, but it's something. It's close to the new moon, not full yet. Well, not the full new moon.
Not completely the
There
new
you
moon.
go.
There's
I
still
can't
a sliver
English.
shining in the sky, yes.
Yeah,
But
it's something.
I understand your impulse to not have everyone split up.
it's
but
just
as-
because I want us to survive, that's all.
I completely understand that. But as you pointed out, Jackson Elias emptied nearly a full clip into the thing, and you emptied a full clip, and it survived.
Not the first time. It died.
But the second time,
Second time.
we were
We can
able.
stop
Yes,
by
we were
Emma's house
outgunned. There
and
were
get some-
3. We had 5 to 1, and this time it was 3 to 1, and it got away.
Yes.
So if 2 to 1, that sounds like death of those 2 that go in, and I don't want to see you guys die.
One thing we forgot is holy water does something to it, as we tested out with the teeth. So we can stop by Emma's house or a church and get some holy water.
That's a good idea.
We could
See, that's making a little more sense.
we could call Emma and ask her to call in some connections.
Yeah, it's like, gallon of holy water, please.
But I think that a stakeout would probably be the best idea, so that we have an idea of when our best window to get in and out in 5 minutes is.
Okay. And I'll
Okay.
do my protection spells, talismans for you guys.
Right?
The last time I did something like that, we got harassed by the local patrol coming up.
Do you know who it was?
It was...
Did they ever give us their names? I don't
just a
remember.
moment.
Did they?
Yeah, they might have.
I don't think.
Because I
they
think
did.
I was
I read it.
upset at them harassing us. Let me see here real quick. I'm flipping through my...
Yeah, it was 2 beat cops.
47 out of 79.
Okay. And you're trying to protect the car, or
So 3
hide them?
talismans
Yeah.
for all 3 of them, and I already wear one normally.
Yep. Okay.
So basically, it kind of hides their,
Personal signature.
yeah.
Sure. And you made the power roll.
So that's Larkin.
Oh, I thought it was occult roll.
Make a power roll.
It's 6 out of 60.
Okay.
Wow.
That was a good roll.
Don't die.
All right. So the stakeout is actually going to go pretty uneventfully. Mm-hmm. You will see. You get there about 3 in the afternoon, and you're kind of just laying low in the car. About 5 o'clock, Silas, dressed in street clothes, not in the Maasai blanket that he wears in the store. He leaves with. Doggone it! I just put him on top, and then with another man, a very too many pieces of paper here. I should have organized these better. I didn't know we were going to all of a sudden care about Hilton Adams again. I've only been harping on it every episode. He leaves,
Much to Alexandria's annoyance, but
he leaves with this gentleman who is tall,
Terrifying.
6'2", 6'3", and super built. He's muscular. He seems very cautious. He looks around a lot. And Kwane seems, like he's just going through the motions. They both leave at 5. About 7, only Nquane returns and goes back into the alley. And then does not come back out.
What day of the week is it?
It is Tuesday
Tuesday.
night.
And is he staking out by himself, or did we decide to have someone with
You
him?
guys can all be there. There's 4 people will easily fit in the car.
Will easily fit and be conspicuous potentially.
It seems like so. The last time you did this, it was after you'd already gone into the store and all that stuff. This time, it seems like nobody's noticing. It seems very quiet. So
we're assuming, too, that he lives there, right?
that seems to be the inference.
That would be my assumption, that he lives in the tenement next door.
Oh, or in the store itself.
Or
one
in
of
the
two.
store potentially. Which,
means trying to break in there. He's going to know the moment we do that.
if
We just saw 2
him
hours.
leave for 2 hours. And if he does that every day between 5 and 7 with that terrifying skinny gentleman. I mean,
And it's Tuesday, so it's a weekday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. The likelihood of him leaving at the same time, very high.
I mean, we would have to stake out for several days in order to get an actual pattern.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
I don't think we have
don't
that
have that.
kind of time.
Although, when is the new moon? It's in 2 days?
The new moon
24th.
is Saturday,
Saturday.
the 24th.
I don't know.
I say we do it tomorrow.
Would it make sense for us to have more shielding before we go face somebody who knows magic? Just one.
No.
This is not my area. What do you think, Bells? This is not my department.
I don't like the
Division.
waiting,
I don't either, but you know,
but
do
the
you want to go in
protection
there?
would be higher for you guys.
Right.
Assuming that he doesn't live in the store and he lives in the apartment buildings next door.
Well, can you describe the vision again? You had a vision, remember?
He was looking straight at me. He knew I was there watching.
Did it look like he was in the store, or did it look like he was somewhere else, do you think?
Ezra? Did I see
Was
his
it-
background?
Looked like he was.
Or did I just see his face?
You just saw him.
Yeah,
really.
it's just his face and then kind of cloudy fuzziness around him. So I don't really see surroundings unless...
Fair enough.
Right.
One of the awesome props they give you is a book jacket.
Oh,
for
that's
Jackson
cool.
Elias.
So cool!
Can I see that?
Yeah. You can read the.
You should autograph it.
Dead Jackson Elias.
Blood and kisses.
Since we're on that break, the Hefner has gifted 10 subs to our
Wow.
watchers.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Amazing.
Thank
you so much.
That is
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
My username is Ezra Denney.
You have to actually be logged in.
Ah, damn it.
I don't watch this crap.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you, Hefner.
Thank you.
That
That
is
is
so much.
amazing.
Who is our moderator now on the channel?
Yes, we
We're a
appreciate
moderator?
He's a chat moderator, yeah.
That's
That's
great.
awesome.
From his grotto.
As is the Baroness.
Oh, yeah?
Cool. She's the evil moderator.
Clearly.
Good moderator, evil moderator.
I'll let them fight over who's the evil one.
Thank you so much, Hefner. That is awesome. And welcome to 10 subscribers who, my wife's username is
Squirrel on the run.
Squirrel on the run.
That's right.
I mean, if she's in the chat, chances are good that she got nabbed.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, you stay there till 3 in the morning or so.
The Hefner has dibs on evil.
Excellent.
As always, the member of Cobra misses. They're not quite there.
It's like stormtroopers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
So it seems is that he lives either in the shop or in the tenements, and chances are best that it's the shop, because I would imagine there are enough things there that he doesn't want to be far from it. That being the case, it looks like between 5 and 7 is our best bet.
I think 550 is our best bet.
So in
Far
January
enough
it's
away.
dark by then. So
If he's going someplace,
He is far
he'll be
enough
his
away.
farthest away.
Yeah.
I start looking around. Is there any place from above that can watch that alleyway pretty
I mean, the
easily?
tenement. If you could get up on the roof of the tenement.
Let's go visit Jimmy.
I think we need Emma for that.
Our friend Emma told us.
And that's not suspicious at all. Here, have some root beer barrels.
Call this number.
Go to this house.
Jimmy's been in her house for like 3 days, you know.
I do like the idea,
sugar
though, of
coma.
calling her and asking to be hooked up with some holy water.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. She'll get you,
All the protection.
she'll get you some amount of holy water. The Archdiocese of New York has some some questions. So she's gonna need to pull some strings. But
I make a donation.
Money buys everything.
I'm also willing to walk into any church and just scoop a cup of water. It's not
Wait, is that how it works?
I mean,
I've never been in a church, so I don't
Emma
know.
gets.
I haven't
Emma,
been in a Catholic church.
Emma gets the real stuff.
There
Yes.
you go.
that she knows is blessed by a bishop right
Yeah.
then and there.
Or the Pope, even
McGillicuddy.
stronger.
Isn't that an Irish name?
It is.
Irish Catholic, perhaps?
I can get where I need to get to.
All right, so you crash, fairly hard.
Yes.
You get home about 4 a.m.
I'm gonna do the magic at night for the
Okay.
talismans.
Okay.
So no sleep
roll
for
to
me.
6. So you do a whole thing. Make a con roll.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't make it. Damn it.
All right, so you
Can I
We can
inspiration?
use inspiration.
We can inspire it.
And then that'll come right back to us because hedonistic Nihil. Nile.
Niall.
I didn't make
Just
it.
don't.
Thank you.
Oh,
It's the seat. It's
it-
the seat that's unlucky.
Was it worse?
No.
that was better, but
It was
So it's
better.
not Amy. 100% the seat. Thank you, hedonistic Nile.
We appreciate
thank
it.
you.
So yeah, you are tired from staying up all night. You're going to take a disadvantage die
Oh boy.
on things you
Ooh.
do until you rest.
Okay. Can I sleep in?
Well, we're not going till.
Yeah, you're not going till 5, so unless
Perfect.
you want
I'm
to
gonna,
do something else.
I'm gonna wake up at noon.
It,
or something.
it honestly might be the best idea for you to just sleep as long as you can.
Yeah.
We'll pull the heavy curtains so it's nice and dark.
It's nice being rich in a luxury house.
All right, so we're going to fast forward to 5. You get there. You get there a little early, and you're sitting there watching, and
We had plenty of second breakfast and third breakfast
And 11sies.
and 11 onesies.
and yes, the 2 men leave at 5 o'clock, right around 5 o'clock. Once again,
All right, I throw talismans at each of you. There you
Ow.
go. Have fun.
you have little necklaces.
What do they look like?
I don't know, teeth.
Ugh.
Okay.
Is it the parrot teeth? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a dissolved parrot teeth.
That turned into gravel?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're just like little pieces.
It's a little vial of
There we go.
Parrot gravel.
Very supernatural.
Parrot gravel. There's a word you don't know. All right, so
Parrot tooth gravel.
Tooth.
Tooth. Tooth.
about 10 till 6,
Was when we
you
decided.
guys go. The door is locked. The door is a pretty standard glass pane wooden door with a curtain pulled down, like with a shade pulled down, and it's got the closed sign.
All right, I'm going to have a look at the lock.
Okay, take a look.
Does it look particularly difficult?
Doesn't look really difficult, no.
All right. Keep an eye out. We'll see if this actually works. I rolled a 30.
Okay, so you're gonna do this, but it's gonna take a little. You failed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna do this. It's just gonna take a little longer.
I
I was going
figured.
to say I could help.
So you get the door open. It feels like 15 minutes, but
Ugh.
time is
Far too long.
time is a mutable concept. So you step in to the juju house.
And like slip my lock picks away.
Sure.
If you saw anything.
You are in the front room. There is, doing a quick casing, there are just cases all around with stuff in them. This is the front register area. And then here's the curtain, and there's a carpet on the ground behind the register.
So the Hefner just gifted 1 sub to Ezra Denney. Not only that takes his total gifted subs to 42.
Oh,
Life, and universe, and everything.
Insane.
Hefner, send Thomas
Insane.
your address. Francois is headed your way.
He's got a couple of mugs and some T-shirts heading his way. I know that.
I greatly appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you
and
very
I start
much.
watching this stuff. I'm old. I watch YouTube.
Fair.
Okay, so yeah, you're in there.
Can I sense any magic, like, anywhere in
Make
this?
me a POW roll.
45 out of 60.
So you about 5:30. You go into a little trance, and you ask the cards. What are you asking the cards?
Oh, you didn't grab the cards.
I didn't grab the cards.
That's
They're
all
on
right.
the thing. Is there any... What's a good way to phrase this?
You've learned that you need to ask very specific
questions. Alarm to detect magic and other humans entering or exiting this building.
The card that flips over, what's the highest number of a suit?
The king.
the king.
21
is the trump.
The highest normal number,
10.
9 or 10.
No,
Ten.
it's
10.
Yeah, it's 10.
10.
All right, so
Like a normal
the
Yeah.
the 10 of what's the people suit? The
People's-
one there's swords and cups and isn't one of them a
pentacles.
person?
No.
No.
The
I thought
people-
there was a knight or a page. or
Those are all royal cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Think
they're,
of a playing cards. It's the same.
they're like the Jack King and
the
Queen
Jack, King, and
in a
Queen.
normal.
And
deck
so
of cards.
each suit has its own.
I'm going to
royal.
say the 10 of cups is what you flip over.
Interesting.
10 of cups.
What does that mean?
I mean, in the actual tarot means a happy family.
Yes, but it would,
Wait, no,
would actually
but
be
it's
satiation.
inverted.
Oh,
it's satiation. It's total bliss, actually.
Right.
So
And so
it
it's
inverted.
reversed.
It's like a nightmare. Everything's just screwed up.
It's like I know the tarot.
Good job.
you don't, and it's great.
I know, I love it. Don't touch anything besides evidence. Let's go with that. I'm not going to tell them what actually happened.
She flips the card over and you're like,
And kind of goes pale.
yeah, there's a little
Yeah, if I go pale, there's a problem.
Suddenly she can't blend in anymore.
Oh my god.
You're like this beacon. Her eyes get all glowy,
all right, so you are sent in with the
Instructions
with the
not to touch.
Do not touch anything but evidence.
Yeah.
You enter a room that seemingly is all evidence.
All right, so we are looking for a
Be very,
ledger
very careful.
or any sort of record-keeping thing. You said that there is a carpet behind the register.
Yeah, there's a little sort of floor carpet behind the counter and right in front of the curtain.
Flip the carpet before you step on it.
I was actually going to say that I want to walk over to the carpet and poke it with a toe and see if anything gives, if there's a dead trap.
There is no give there.
Okay. No, not like
I pull out my 10-foot pole.
no. I'm poking it with my toe to see if there's to see if there's a
give.
There's no give.
a give of a plank that gets pulled aside. Sorry, I am starting like crazy
So
today.
I pull it up.
Okay, make a spot hidden roll.
I'm just gonna stand in the
So,
corner
hold
with
on.
my arms next to me.
Whoa. I did not make it.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Inspiration.
Yes, first
Yes.
inspiration.
You gonna pull an Amy?
I pulled an Amy. It's worse.
Is it a critically worse?
No.
Oh, that's good. Phew.
Thomas is on the Amy board.
So Jackson's spot hidden was 80.
What's
nicer to be an
Dave
NPC.
McKillicuddy's?
30.
To be fair, mine's only 35.
Yeah.
Same.
So I'm going to make you an offer.
Oh boy.
You can see something, but it's going to take some time, or you can not see something.
I want to see something.
Okay. So you pull the carpet up, and that sort of makes you lean down, and you start looking, and you find what you're pretty sure is the crack of some sort of trap door or something.
A well-made one because I didn't feel it when I was pushing.
That's right.
So look for any trigger mechanism that might so there's a trapdoor under here or something.
I'm gonna come have a look.
Okay.
Just don't touch it, please.
I'm not touching anything. I pull out one of my knives and kind of like find the edges of it with a very sharp blade.
Yeah, you find them, and you're pretty sure that you could. It's locked, so you'd need to use some lock picking to get in there.
Can I find like a little mechanism to lock pick?
You can do it. Again, it'll take time.
Yeah.
Get in
there. I'm going to see where anywhere else a ledger might be.
Well,
I was gonna
17 of 10.
Okay, so it'll take you a little time,
but not like enormous amounts.
Right, you'll get it open. There's the cash register, but that's pretty much all that is on the counter. You can pull the curtain aside.
I would like to do that.
I think these are the only two that are in here right now, as I recall.
Are we?
Oh.
Did everybody go in?
I thought we all
I thought everyone
We're all in there.
Yeah. So you pull the curtain aside, and this is clearly Silas and Kwane's room. So you're like leaning down, getting this thing open.
I can like feel the draft on my back. I'm like, you should have told me before you pulled that open. Thank you.
So the back room is a sleeping mat. It's a few bits of clothes and
shouldn't be drafty. It's his room.
It just feels weird having an open door behind me.
And there is a number of sort of tribal accoutrement for some African tribe. You can make an anthropology roll to try and...
Might help with extra protection magic if I know anything.
I won't make the anthropology roll, probably. Archaeology I could probably do, but not I only have like 6 in it. But we can try.
It's always worth a try.
Nope.
Okay. They're clearly African, and these are not art pieces. These are sort of pieces that are like sitting around his room. And there is indeed a ledger book there, which anybody with a counting skill can take a look at and see if they
have a little tiny bit.
No, I have the base.
So without a counting skill, if you want to take some time, I'll give you some information. With a counting skill, if you make a roll, you'll get the information in a lot less time.
I like glance at my watch as I'm picking the lock.
We've already
we can
taken
all just
time.
try, right?
Yeah, you can all make an accounting roll. If you fumble, then that's going to take some time.
That's fine.
No, just don't fumble.
No.
Then fumble.
No
Okay.
fumble.
So again,
31.
none of you are accountants. It appears
We need
that
10.
this is not the receipt book for the shop. That much you can get very quickly. This is not like, Jim Smith bought a lion for $50,
Can we find Robson's name or anyone that we know?
There are
that's
no
connected?
names.
There's no names. Are there numbers?
There are some numbers, yeah.
Is there any sort of pattern that looks like a consistent amount? Payoff?
Yes. It looks like a weekly payment of $500
On what day?
on
Fridays, wasn't it?
Friday.
Weekly payment
Wow, the fact that I remember that.
on Fridays. So I just want to quickly jot down how long.
Okay.
So or you can.
It's been about a year. It's been about it's been about 8 months, let's say.
Okay.
8 months. So there's a click and you get the trap door open.
There you are. I gently pull it open and
Okay.
pull it open and lean back as I'm opening it.
Okay. You guys have cased the upper floor, you feel like. You open it and there's just a stairway down.
What time is it?
It is about 6:25.
15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a hidden room down here at the very least.
Is there a flashlight, like somewhere?
A candle.
Not in the room. You can find a candle, sure. Make me. You're a criminal. Make me an intelligence roll.
You would have brought a flashlight. Yes.
You
You're a
have a
criminal.
flashlight, sure.
Okay.
But make me an intelligence.
You want an intro? All right. 14 out of 80.
Yeah.
Super smart.
Using the candle would be evidence that you were there. because it would be
Yes.
burnt down.
That's why. It's like
Right.
But he's got a flashlight.
All right.
Sure.
You want to go first?
So
Or shall I?
I'll go first.
you find the light switch if you want to turn the lights on.
Yeah. No? Oh, no, no. I'm about to, and I...
I swat it.
Okay.
But might want to look at the steps going down before you go down.
See if there's any
It's
dust
a
or
straight.
markings.
It's a
I
straight.
am not used to breaking the law, so this is a new thing for me.
All right, so you come in,
You get used to it pretty quickly.
It's a fun hobby.
and
Oh, boy.
there is
Oh.
a room that is pretty much empty except for a large pit on this side. On this side, there are manacles in the wall.
I don't like this dungeon.
The pit is covered. There's a wooden cover over the pit. And there is a curtain, another curtain, right here. Everybody make me a listen roll.
Oh boy.
17 out of 47.
Missed.
Oh, I made it exactly.
I made it exactly.
Anybody that made the listen roll
Ooh, I can check that now.
feels like you hear, as you're coming down, you hear like a shuffle, kind of. Like a shuffling sound, very briefly.
Something's down here, guys.
It's just good radio.
Something's down here.
And I'm taking the lead as we go down, one knife in hand.
Back.
All right, so
smart.
the flashlight is not in the lead then.
No,
Okay.
you're gonna have to shine it
So you're
around me,
like-
but you're taller than I am.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you're doing that. Okay, well, you are.
Down in the basement?
Yeah.
All right, so I see a covered pit. I see manacles on the wall. And I see a curtain covering...
Something.
Where is this curtain?
Curtain is right there.
So it's like blocking off that corner? Oh, I see. So there's a curtain that looks like it's a door of some variety. All right, I'm going to motion McGillicuddy over and say, and whisper, shine the light through here when I pull it aside.
Okay. Pull a handgun and cock the hammer.
I'm not gonna look at it.
I'm just gonna grab a handful of salt and just be ready.
Okay.
And I'm going to reach out with my left hand because I have a knife in my right, and pull the curtain aside carefully.
All right, when you open the curtain, a number of things are gonna happen.
Here we go.
All right, salt and holy water. I'm ready.
First, we're gonna go to initiatives.
Salt and
Oh,
burn.
boy.
Hey.
Second,
I watched
we're
that
going to
show.
go to, actually, first we'll go to sanity rolls, but roll them first because I want to see how you react.
Sanity?
You're going to I want to see how this will change my description. This is a sand roll.
I made it.
Made it.
Made it.
Okay. So you pull it aside, and standing in front of you is the reporter, Rebecca Shoshonenberg.
Oh no.
Looking very gaunt and really hungry. And with her are two other people that you don't recognize. Also very gaunt, kind of pale, very hungry.
Oh my God, let's get them out of here now.
I'm gonna make each of you an offer. You probably don't. This doesn't apply. You're gonna decide if you care that this reporter has been something horrible's been happened to her, and she's now some sort of undead beast.
Wait, undead beast.
Like a zombie or something.
Do you care?
Yeah, absolutely care.
You lose 3 sanity.
Yes.
Do you care?
Yes.
You lose 2 sanity. Do you care? I'm very interested in the answer to this question that will not in any way have implications.
No.
Okay. You lose no sanity.
So I run
I
in
didn't
right
like her at
away
the beginning.
to free them and help get them out.
McGillicuddy.
All right.
No.
So we're going to initiatives. So that's Dex's.
Wait, I was in front of him. I can elbow him in the.
If he goes first, he'll
right.
try and get past you.
Fair enough.
You can block him certainly. Okay. It is. Let's see here. Let me get their stats. Here we go. Thank you, clickable hot links of the PDF version. Oh, wow. They're not very fast. Okay. Anybody got a 70?
75.
What is it? What do you do?
No, it's off.
Oh, it's just the dex.
basically- We don't roll initiative in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
70.
All right, so you're going first.
I have 75. Yeah. Excellent. I just barely beat you.
I'm going to go save them. Blam! What are you doing?
I can I don't know McGillicuddy very well, but I imagine that as a good cop, he's going to want to do something, and I feel like I have seen something like this before, as far as like the deathless hunger type
Right.
of thing, because.
They seem different than the Karasiri,
But it's a similar sort of hunger. I mean, it's not they're not Karasiri,
Right.
But
And I assume that they've been helped captive
Right,
here and they're hungry
These are
and they
just
need to
poor,
be
sad
freed.
people who've been stuck in a room.
and I like throw a hand back and put my hand in the middle of McGillicuddy's chest and say, "We just saw Rebecca 2 days ago. She should be fine, and she's not. Something is supernaturally wrong here."
Holy water? Splash.
So my action is mostly
Okay.
keep him from going in.
So, yeah.
70?
So I will wait and see then.
Okay. On a 65, all questions are answered. Yeah, okay. So 65 is Rebecca. She will step forward and just claw at you with her fingernails. And she misses.
Excellent.
She's reaching out for help.
I like dodge aside.
All right, that was a 65. 60s? 50s? All right, on a 50.
I love you
I'm a
guys.
weak link.
I'm strong, I'm just not dexterous. I'm not fast.
No, I'm weak. I'm just very, very nimble.
I can fight with
See,
magic.
I'm really strong, I'm just not
On a 55, one of the other ones, everybody that sees them can make an occult roll.
Can't hurt.
Made it.
Oh, critical.
Critical failure? You're
Yes.
looking
Critical,
for
critical.
cilantro.
You don't
There's
know
gotta
why.
be somewhere
You
in
don't
the
know
kitchen.
why,
It's
but
up
you're
in the
looking
kitchen.
for
It's up in the
cilantro.
kitchen.
You made it?
Yeah, critical success. I rolled
so-
a 3 out of 50.
You, wow, okay, you notice a very particular tiny little wound that is a part of the ritual of juju zombification.
Right.
So you're pretty sure these are Simba, which is like some sort of, is one of the many forms of zombies that the juju religion involves with.
Which suddenly makes the Juju House name make way more sense.
All right, so
That was just a tea house.
on a 55.
So I would know that she's dead already,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like not
Oh, yeah.
savable.
This isn't like, this
okay.
isn't like that you're going to sleep for a long time and you'll
Right,
wake up and
no.
you'll do what I say. No, this is the you're dead and I brought you back to life.
Got it.
You are a husk of yourself.
Right.
This one will.
She's not alive.
So
Yeah, I know.
make a
Thank you.
dex
I
roll
didn't.
for me.
I made it. No, I did not. I'm going to spend a luck.
All right, so he
To make
makes
it.
it. If
1
you
point of
failed
luck
it,
to make
the
it.
flashlight would have started flailing around as you were freaking out.
Okay.
But the flashlight is staying on the horrors.
Thank you.
They clearly have no problem with the dark. So the second one is going to try to grab you. Wow. You cannot fumble with natural weapons, which is very lucky for this game.
She slips.
On a 50, the third one, like that's a small it's a small alcove. So
it's
on
tiny.
a 50, the third one is just like
Where do I go?
Uh,
40s.
Yes.
I'm a 30.
So
That's right. She and Amy.
firearms would be a dangerous proposition.
Yeah, that's why how
Loud.
close- We're like
Ricochet.
pretty much right next to each other.
You are very close to each other.
Okay.
So you're behind him. He was second with the flashlight.
Let me see one of those vials.
Which
of
one?
holy
She's
water.
like, the parrot blood?
I got a ton. What do you need?
You asked me
I
about
just like open up. Which blood do you need? I got you.
Hey, mister, wanna buy a vial?
Want to buy some blood
I
magic?
got what you need. First one's free.
After that, you pay with your soul.
All right, here's some holy water.
Water. Can I remember any like blessing or like be gone kind of saying in
Not
In
really.
the name of Jesus Christ.
The power
mean,
of
okay,
Christ
so-
compels
so-
you.
Well,
That's what it is.
Jesus' name,
You
I
totally
send you to,
can,
you know,
but once
something
again, we
like-
learned that you are book stuff. She is like
Wizard?
I have a 75
Sorcerer.
power
Book stuff, blood
totally,
stuff.
and a high occult.
totally, but you know no spells. You're a.
I'm trying.
You are. You know.
Wouldn't like prayers
This is like.
work?
Yeah,
Prayers are
that's what it's
basically
like.
spells.
Like a prayer.
You
Yeah.
could try. Are you religious? Is faith important to you? That would be the defining factor of faith.
I mean, prayers are basically spells anyway.
Indeed, it's true.
I mean,
That's a great way to get people mad at me.
Faith in a higher power she has.
Or hexes, depending on what you pray for.
that's part of her curiosity of ancient cultures is discovering the origins of
I love
God
that.
kind of thing. But you know, she's kind of a scientist too. So
right.
she's like,
Do you have any Cthulhu mythos?
I
So
don't think
Cthulhu mythos would really be the driving factor for actual magic, unless you were, you know,
Well,
like
I'm hoping that maybe just throwing it at them.
give it a throw.
Yeah, that
Alright.
works.
So that's a throw roll.
Throw.
And I mean, it's going to splash. So this is just, this is just to see if you connect dead on or if there's.
This is a holy hand grenade.
It is a holy hand grenade.
Just a tiny
Throw
one.
is under T, I think.
Yes.
Acid
Am I just-
splash.
Oh, over here, way over here.
Yeah.
Nobody ever puts points in throw.
I have points in throw.
You know
Oh.
grenades.
I did not make.
What did you roll?
91.
All right, 95 is the roll you don't want to
I was just watching that going, that looked like a 7 for a second.
Inspiration.
You can inspiration. You
Inspiration.
can also
Should,
push
yes.
it.
No, that's
Inspiration.
inspiration.
What's inspired?
Okay.
Yes.
Pushing is where you give me a reason why you're going to roll the roll again. You come up with a story
Got it,
reason why you're
got
going to roll again, and then if you make it, great. If it's double or nothing. You make it, great.
You don't,
make
you
the
fall-
roll.
you
failed. You
fall into a bed of-
puddle of goo.
Puddle. Ha.
I just, this is an
never-ending
experiment anyways. In the
puddle of
name of science.
12-foot puddle.
The eternal puddle that was glass clear underneath.
In the name of science, holy hand grenade. Oh, and I rolled a 3, so that was a critical success.
There we go. Okay.
That
So
was well spent inspiration.
Oh yeah.
You, with a critical success, I'm going to let you hit all 3 of them. So roll me a d6.
Okay.
Beautiful.
2.
All right, so the holy water hits all 3 of them, and they definitely back away a little.
Interesting.
They react.
I duck.
You've got a 30 something?
30.
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing.
All right, make me a throw roll, and don't forget to check off throw because you.
Because you made it.
Throw roll.
Wow. All right. Nope.
All right, so again, that's just a roll to see if you hit them directly on. So roll me a d6.
1.
Okay, you feel like you splashed one of them a little bit.
A little.
Does that one react at all?
A little, yeah.
I'm gonna blame Dave and stay in front
Yeah,
of me
I'm
because
sorry.
he's like 6 foot tall.
Keep the light on it.
You blood tall people.
So from now on, every vial you use after 2, I'm gonna have you make a luck roll. If you don't make the luck roll, you've run out of vials.
Okay,
That's how we'll
That's fair.
randomize how many she gave you.
that's a good idea.
All right, we're back to the top. We went 75, yeah.
75. I'm.
Hi, can we just run away?
We could, but we might get followed.
And what more evidence than these? I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I
Dead
mean
reporter.
zombies.
Dead reporter who
Dead reporter.
who is
I look forward to you getting the body out of here.
I don't like this idea.
me neither.
And that's when Weekend at Bernie's was invented.
I understood that reference.
Well done, Cap. Well done. All right. I'm gonna go in and make a knife attack on one of the 2 that I don't know.
Okay.
Can I use an inspiration on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we've got it. Let's
I'd
use
rather
it.
you pushed it, but sure.
We have the inspo. I'll spend it.
Was that an Amy?
Yes. no, actually it wasn't. No, it wasn't because it was an 86. It went down to a 72, but I missed.
Yeah.
All right, so you
Dang it.
strike out with a knife, and your knife goes into it, and doesn't you didn't hit it somewhere you needed to hit it. It feels like it feels like its arms are not particularly important.
Fair enough.
70.
I am going to...
You are in a position where you could use a firearm and not be in such a bad way.
I am going to reach in to the one closest to me and grab it and smash its head against the wall.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, make me a brawl roll. Fighting brawl.
That's
With
That's
with
just
You're about to
actual
roll a
dice.
d20.
That doesn't look good.
Are we?
No, it doesn't.
You got more inspiration?
Yes. Yes. Inspo.
Amy's gonna be like, what happened?
There's none left. There's none left.
Oh,
it's
that's
worse.
an Amy. That was
Not critical, but it was close.
Amy. Thomas is now third on the Amy leaderboard.
Directly under me.
Wow. What'd you roll?
93.
All right, so it's not a fumble.
Too close.
That was close.
I almost had a heart attack watching that happen.
Boy, that inspiration is.
It just goes so
I think
quick.
it's like 0 for 3 today. That's what we like to see.
No, that's not true. She made
yeah,
it
you
after
made
making
it.
it. I'm
Make
getting an
it,
inspo.
1 for 4. Okay. That was 70s on a 65.
It's 25%. That's not bad for Cthulhu.
That's true. Not bad at all. I'd totally roll that. These things only have a 30% fight, so. Nope, doesn't make it. So Rebecca once again tries to claw you.
It's like ting.
What's weird is she's trying to claw you, but her fingernails are pretty much normal. They're long.
So she has animalistic tendencies,
she's
but
just
no
like-
claws.
The one behind her is going to try and just pick you up bodily. So this is going to be an opposed strength roll.
Can I argue for Dex to just get out of the way?
Sure, I'll accept. Well, if you're going to do that, it's dodge.
Okay.
So I'll accept that.
Okay.
So
Dodge is very slightly better than strength.
So this has a hard success.
Hello.
Damn. I'm going to do a thing that I don't like doing. No.
Spend luck?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because my dodge is 37 and I rolled a 39.
So yeah, you'd have to spend a fair amount.
I'd have
get
to spend a fair
hard-
amount to-
Yeah, because you'd need a hard success just to make it a wash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
right.
it picks you up, and
We could inspiration.
actually, it just grabs you by the throat and lifts you off the ground.
Not
bodily.
the throat again.
I'd like grab at its hands.
Yeah, this round, you won't. Make me a SAN roll.
Okay.
You've got some,
Issues
having
with
your airways
PTSD.
constricted. is,
Oh.
what did you roll? Did you roll 100?
95?
What'd you roll?
95.
95.
And I'm going to leave that because it's very character.
Well, you can't. I mean, a fumble. You can't.
Yeah, can't inspo.
So you're gonna lose. All right. So
Oh no.
it picks you up by the throat, and like all of a sudden, the feelings around your throat just bring everything back about Peru. And you just go catatonic immediately. You lose 8 sanity.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And you just slump unconscious.
Okay.
This is why you don't fight zombies.
Just like a limp hanging from this thing.
Yeah, you were just limp hanging. So you all see this thing. It reaches in, it grabs Alexandria by the throat and lifts her up, and she just immediately goes limp.
Oof.
Actually, first there's like you try to scream, and you can't, and like that feeling of constricted air is just what gets you. So there's like a
probably like a full body jerk.
yeah, I like it. Yeah. All right, that was. There's one more of them. It again can't really get past the others, so it's
Fair.
not doing a whole lot. 40s.
Yes. I'm smashing one of those things over the head of the one that's holding. Like, if I can come up and just like
vial?
smash, yeah, just
Okay.
on its
Sure.
head.
Fighting brawl, let's call it.
Fight and brawl. Okay, oh, that's better. Nope, did not make it.
Okay.
Didn't critically fail.
Make me a luck roll.
Nope, didn't make that either.
All right, you have 1 vial left,
Oh boy.
I could inspiration that.
and now it's you.
Or not. I don't want there to be only 1 vial left.
There's only 1 vial left. Let's
Should we?
use it for
I'm
dodge.
gonna take my
if we have
38
to.
special and shoot the one holding Alexandria in the head.
Okay. Roll me a firearm. Make me a pistol roll. I think you just have the base 25. Or are you? Do you have
Is it the handgun?
handgun? Yeah.
30.
Oh, there you go. All right, take a shot.
Ooh, 19.
Nice. All right. So a 38 special.
So I don't die today.
No, you don't.
A 38 special does a D8. Roll it.
Yes, that.
God damn it, it's a 1.
All right. So
It's something.
1 plus anything or?
no, there's no
Yeah.
damage bonus on firearm.
Damn.
So it's holding her up like this, and you shoot it in the arm, and it doesn't even seem to notice.
On mine it says D10.
Oh, sorry. Then do a D10.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't want to
That
admit
was
that.
a
I
D12.
made
That was a
that's
D12.
12. It
Shit.
did
You did
12
12
points. Wow.
The D10s are what you roll
Yeah,
for.
I realized.
7.
All right, 7. Okay.
Better.
Real freaking loud.
Make me a luck roll.
Oh boy.
Roll good, roll good.
Yes, please roll good.
Roll well.
Over there.
Thank you. I'm blind. 48 out of... Yeah, I made it.
Okay. So you blow the arm off of this
Yep.
thing, one of the arms, and you fall to the ground, comatose. And it's like, it kind of doesn't notice. It's like the other hand sort of stays up there this round, and as it's like got its elbow up and it's like this, and there's no arm there. Okay, next round, 70 goes first.
Just pick up Alexandria and let's get out.
Okay. Yeah.
It shouldn't be obvious that you were here.
No.
It doesn't matter at this point.
Puddles of holy water.
Yeah, it'll probably dry by the time they get here. Sorry, I'm unconscious.
I'll pick her up.
All right, you
sorry,
pick her
I'm
up and you start heading
unconscious.
upstairs? All right. Are you guys all just going to leave? Because
Yes.
these things do not chase you upstairs.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that was the whole point.
It looks like they can't operate stairs.
Let's go.
They can't
I
operate.
want to get a piece of it.
I shot off an arm. Grab it and let's go.
All right.
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
Are you leaving or not?
I want to
You
leave.
have picked her up. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. So
Let's
you
leave.
head back up the stairs.
Yep.
All right. What are you doing?
I'm backing off, but is there anything else important in this room?
There's a big pit covered with wood, covered with like a wood cover.
Don't want to know what that is yet. Let's go then. There's nothing hanging on the walls, no sigils, no marks. Anything?
There's. So the light is gone. Oh, the light is gone.
Oh,
You're
because
now in
you
the
left.
dark.
You
Run.
left with a flashlight.
Just run.
You
Yeah.
are the flashlight is heading up the stairs. So there's a little light from. Oh no, you didn't turn on the lights in the store. So there's no light. There's a little light from the flashlight. All you see is like the glint of dead people's eyes.
Jeez.
That's beautiful. Because we only had 15 minutes, and I shot a gun.
Yeah, we need to get out.
Yeah.
We need to get out.
And there's zombies. You can't kill one.
Sure. Well,
None of that I know
we
of.
can. We just don't have the firepower. Let's get out of here.
So once I'm at
everybody-
the top of the stairs, I point the flashlight back down.
Okay.
I'm like, are you going to grab the arm?
Yeah, I grab the arm.
I love my team.
So you're okay. You're
with my
bringing a-
with my
You're
jacket.
bringing
I
a
take the
zombie
jacket.
arm.
I
That will
pick it up with
definitely
my
tell someone that
jacket.
we were here
Okay.
Maybe they've got into a scuffle with each other.
and ate it.
All right. All three of you make me an intelligence roll.
We should burn the whole place down.
Hi, Sebastian. It's been a minute.
Made it
Critical.
All right. So with 2 critical successes,
We should burn the whole place down.
A, you should burn the whole place down.
I kinda
And
like that
B,
idea.
Nobody picked up the ledger.
Well, it wasn't downstairs.
No, it's in
It's
in his room.
upstairs. Yeah.
So we just got-
we just got upstairs.
Yeah?
So
Grab
Well,
it. Grab it. At
grab
this,
it
at
and
this
let's
Are you
let
hanging
point,
around?
at this point, grab it and let's
grab
go.
the ledger.
I'll go
I'm
grab
carrying
it.
Okay.
I'll go grab
Alexandria.
it
Yes.
and let's go.
I'm like unconscious over your shoulder.
I'm like, I hate firemen, but this is fine.
It's the most efficient way to pick up someone.
All right.
Make sure that we put the mat back. I don't know why, but let's try.
But, yeah.
You are sure it is not back the way it was.
Okay.
It's too late now. The zombie has lost an arm.
Alexandra's the only one that would have known how to do it right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not true. I have lockpick skill.
Oh, yes.
In fact, it's better than hers.
You could you could try and relock the thing
Yeah,
if you
let's
want.
do
But
that.
so lockpicking takes time.
Okay.
Is the challenge.
What time is it? You said it was about
You have about
6:25.
15 minutes left.
Well, is there a phone?
Yeah, sure. Hello, police.
I'm gonna call the police
All right, you call the
with
police.
something that.
So does that mean leave
use a
the ledger or
You
take the ledger?
You know the Do you want? Are you calling like just the general number, or are you calling like a bad number that you know?
911.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, you call its
there's-
equivalent. So that's actually a police call box, but you know the number because you're a cop.
Okay. There's been a murder at this location,
Who is this?
and I say the name of that guy, the
Silas and Quan.
Kwane. Yeah.
Silas Nkwane.
Silas and Kwane. Silas and Kwane.
And you give them the address.
Yeah.
All right, make me a luck roll.
If you're doing that, you should leave the trap door open because they won't find it.
And should I
otherwise.
leave the ledger
made it?
here?
I made it. Yes, I did.
Yeah, then they don't. They're like, all right, we've got a patrol car on the way.
You should leave the trap door open.
Leave the trapdoor
Door
open.
open and let's light a candle.
Take the ledger. Light a candle.
Light a candle.
All right, grabs ledger, lights a match, lights a candle, zooms out.
Lights another candle. Throws it down the.
Or
Maybe they're flammable.
actually, just lighting the match and throwing it down there, it'll draw them down there. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's what I'm trying to
a
do, is
candle.
leaving
So
great breadcrumbs.
literally lighting a candle,
Yeah.
putting it down there,
Okay.
All right.
To light the room. Sure. All right.
and
And
running.
then you guys run.
Run.
You run.
All right. Are you leaving? Like driving away, or are you staying in the car?
I want to leave and help her.
Oh God! What if the corrupt cops come?
Yeah, let's get
There are
out of
no
here.
corrupt cops in the Harlem Police Department.
Let's
Corrupt
get the heck
cloths.
out of here. We need to go find Mr. Poole, Lieutenant Poole.
Yes.
As quickly
we need
as
to go find
possible.
him right now.
Yes, we do. And we need to make sure that she's okay. I don't know how to do that exactly, though.
Oh, I
Maybe
should've-
my
I
husband will be able to
learned
help. I
the
don't
I
know.
should have asked for him on the call box.
I learned the
I still
natural
could.
world medicine from.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
So I'm
try
gonna.
that.
Yeah.
I think getting out of here is a good idea.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
you're driving back to Westchester.
Well,
I'm not offering opinions because I'm unconscious.
I'm just. Do we?
I think we should go find Lieutenant Poole.
Let's go find.
All
Lieutenant
right,
Poole.
drive to Lieutenant Poole.
Okay.
Meantime, I'm trying to revive you, I guess.
So yeah, make a natural world roll. Sure.
Nope. Sorry.
All right. You. So really, it's not that you don't know how to do it. It's that
I probably ran out of ingredients. or
Well,
something.
you think you'd need to make some tea, like with various herbs, and you just don't have the stuff here with you.
Sorry.
It's about 6 something at night.
It's about 6:45.
Oh, we got real close.
Yeah.
We did. Is there any shops that might have the ingredients she needs that we could
The
stop
Juju
off?
house probably has.
Probably grab something there.
All right, so you're gonna drive off to. You know that Poole works out of the Uptown station. So are you just gonna like? What's your You gonna
What's your play?
send him a telegram?
No, I want to.
People did that's a 20s thing, like
Yeah.
sending a telegram as an invitation or something. Are you bringing a zombie arm into a police station?
No.
Every once in a while, the arm twitches.
Can I take
I
a
hit it.
finger and
No,
put it in my apothecary?
Does he work nights?
Sure.
Thank you.
I mean, he's a cop.
So no.
He kind of works all the time.
Okay.
He works when there's work to be done.
Do you think? Well, should we find out where he lives? He's got a front door.
That would
Should we find out where he lives?
not at all creepy.
Nope.
You could call in a favor and find out where he lives.
Without causing suspicion.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah,
So
he's got an address in Lower Manhattan.
Okay. Is everyone awake yet? No.
Nope.
So
I get an address, and then I need to wait, and we need.
So
to
you
talk.
are you are aware of the thing grabbing you by the throat, and as soon as it grabs you by the throat, you are being grabbed by the throat by like 8 different things. You are being grabbed in the throat by Dane Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
You're being grabbed in the throat by Larkin.
Mm-hmm.
You're being grabbed in the throat by that zombie.
Mm-hmm.
You're being grabbed in the throat by all of them, and you're being grabbed in the throat by the Dark Pharaoh. All simultaneously. And they all let go at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't speak. Your throat is still constricted. They all let go, and they all start chanting.
So I can see them like surrounding me in my head,
Well,
or sense them.
see, here's the thing. You don't sense multiple people. You sense 8 individual beings in the same place.
Okay.
So they all start chanting at once, and you don't recognize any of the chants. And slowly, the Dark Pharaoh starts to stab each other one in the heart, starting with Dane Mendoza, and then going to Larkin, and then going to them, and then
I imagine I'm like mentally trying to fight my way free as he's stabbing them, but I just can't get a grip.
and then he looks at you, and he's got a bloody knife, and he starts to carve in your forehead. You don't feel anything.
Mm-hmm.
He starts to carve in your forehead, and as he does so, he leans very close into your ear, and the Dark Pharaoh whispers. The Dark Pharaoh whispers to you, "I can't wait to meet you," and then jams the knife into your head, like all the way in, and everything goes black.
That was warm and fuzzy.
So cuddly.
And I think on that note, we're going to take a break.
Break
We haven't
some
taken a break.
Yes. Alrighty. We can do that.
So we will be back in as quick as 5 people can use one restroom.
And refill drinks.
I have a bladder of iron, so I'm not
Lots of con games.
So we'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back. I have exciting news. We have multiplied.
Did we add water? Is it after midnight?
No, we're like tribbles.
Okay.
It's asexual reproduction. We're geeks. It's always asexual.
That's my life.
Amy has rushed from the airport here, and here's the fun part. She has not heard any of this.
So I walked in and I was like, "Where are we?" Ezra's like, "Good question."
I can't wait to hear Emma's response to the answer to that.
It's probably gonna have a W, and a T, and an F.
That said, Thomas is now on the Amy board.
Yeah, 3 times.
We have presents.
Oh, okay. So you failed 6 rolls is basically what people are telling me.
All right, so you guys squeal out. You have Lieutenant Poole's address, and where are you going?
First off, I think we need to wait and powwow and figure out what we're gonna say. So we shouldn't just run in there and start talking about whatever.
And so
Let me know when I wake up.
We can reconvene at my house.
Yes, let's go to your house and let's chill out for a bit.
all
I
right.
have most of my supplies there, and I can help.
So you went home, realizing
Okay.
that you hadn't been home in 3 days.
And the last place that I was basically the party. Is what I
well,
remember.
and you went back to
Yeah.
her house.
Blood
you spent
magic
the
and
night there, and then you went
breakfast.
back.
Yes.
Because your mom hadn't answered the phone, and your mom, Emma, get the phone.
Yeah.
And when you're not there, the phone
Yeah.
doesn't get answered. So you went home and you dealt with some home business, and then you had told them your plan was to come back to her house in the evening. You come back to her house. You get there about 6 o'clock, 6:30, and only her husband is there.
Okay.
And
He offers me a drink.
actually, it's not.
The brandy's been drank.
Brandy's gone.
Actually, he goes to offer you a drink, and he holds up 3 bottles.
The Snifty and Brander is kind of empty.
Would you like some tea?
Okay. Maybe a cookie?
I think we have some scones. He
From earlier.
he's he's starting to get not impacted by people showing up at his house.
Her reaction.
A little sideways mouth twitch.
Beginning to wonder why we married. He doesn't seem to like me very much. I'm adventurous. I figured I'd lift his spirits with his humdrum surgery stuff.
Who wrote these titles?
Jackson
Skulls
Austin!
along the river, masters of the black arts.
Is that me?
Apparently, I have to show off my shirt. So my name is
check out
Here
the
you
shirt. That is
go.
a great
It is
shirt.
a very Cthulhu shirt because I found a website.
And
That's dangerous.
I found a website.
Yeah, it's almost like I read a book. It's dangerous.
I mean,
I found a
if we're
website and it
playing
had.
percentages. It was not a website we should mention on.
Was the book
Sponsor us, porn sites.
I mean, after that last scene with all those people. Never mind.
Can
Brought to
we
you by
collect that?
Pornhub. Or so I've heard.
Never mind. We're going to hell.
Well,
Much for the YouTube.
that'll be fun.
Okay, so you have a uncomfortable
Yeah.
hour with her husband, who turns on the radio and listens to the news, and then Benny Goodman.
Okay.
Is there a reporter missing?
Sure, yeah. There's a news report that a New York Times reporter, Rebecca Shoshonenberg, has been missing for 2 days.
Okay.
And it talks about how she was doing investigative reporting on the story of the cult murder, the Hilton Adams cult murders.
Yeah.
After about that hour, the Packard comes rolling in.
Nice.
And they come in, and behind them is the police officer that was with the guy who turned into a parrot, and he's carrying an unconscious Alexandra in his arms.
I'm gonna shut the door to the library and just be like, back to Benny Goodman.
I'm so glad I'm not awake and don't have to explain this.
Then I take a breath and I open the door back up.
Set her
What
down on the couch.
happened? What happened?
Was there like a long
Where
string of
were you?
expletives with the?
Yeah, I just
In the library with the door closed.
Banging her head against the door, going, "Why is this?
Why do you let me leave? Anyway, so now I'm collected. I open the door again. So what exactly happened here?
Zombies.
It's a long
Hello,
story.
friends.
She knows about this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is Emma.
This
I
is
put
where we got the
arm-
holy water
I
from.
put the arm that is in my
nice.
jacket on the table.
Oh yeah, she puts an arm down. It is a human arm. It twitches every once in a while. Make me a sand roll. As your own party tries to.
Freak me
Drive
out.
you insane."
Oh, those are horrible dice.
They might-
62. It's not bad. Still not my. Wait, where's my sand?
I don't know.
Ooh, so close. 61.
You can spend luck.
Nah.
Or inspiration.
Nah.
Spend
No. 'cause
You want to go and think?
Okay.
one luck.
Nope.
You lose 3 sanity.
Okay, that's fine. It'll come back sometime.
Just keep telling yourself
Or not,
that.
as the case may be.
All right, I'm going to step away and let you all explain to Amy the fun that you've had tonight. This will be a recap for the kids at home.
And just tell me at what point I wake up, because until then, I'm not talking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like grind some herbs, try to like revive her.
You ask her husband, like,
For a mortar and pestle.
do
Do you have any Eye of Newt?
That's top shelf.
Thank you. And I just like go and grab it.
twitches a little.
Medical supplies. I have Newt.
Maybe some laudanum.
Laudanum would be good.
It's a long story. But it started.
Let's start with what. Let's start with the part of the part of the story that starts on the other side of that arm. what was there?
The basement of the Juju house had
zombie.
3 zombies in it.
Okay, still back it up. Back it up. Back it up. How did we get to the Juju house?
We broke in.
Here, let me try to explain.
Officer of the law. You don't break in.
We were on a break.
I'm on paid leave.
Oh my god, I got that reference. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on paid leave from doing desk pops.
We found him half frozen in the snow. Apparently,
Him or the arm?
Valid question.
trying to find us because of the parrot shark thing.
And then I wanted to use him as bait.
There's that.
And then we went to the Juju house,
We went to
right?
the
That's
Juju house.
step 1, 2, and 3.
Because
Yes,
of
your
logic.
logic.
Jimmy
of
wasn't there, by
Adams,
the way.
Because of Adams.
Yes, that was the last couple of
And
days.
we
pretty
encountered
much.
Rebecca Schonenberg there. She's one of the she's been killed
New York
and turned
Times
into one
reporter.
of them. She's there. She attacked us. Is this her arm or the other
No,
guy's
it's
arm?
one of some guy's arm.
This is one of the other captives there's arm, and she was choked and picked up off the ground and went, as you could see, catatonic.
Oh, and here's a ledger.
And we ran away.
I was hoping that wasn't going to be a leg. I was just I heard the L coming out, and I was like,
I forgot this piece.
We got
I forgot I like to.
We got the ledger because we figured that Lieutenant Poole, we had proof we could
Connect them to payoffs, yeah.
to the captain and then save Adams.
So
from
they got the
being
ledger from the
executed.
Juju house.
So again, let's just cycle back to
Poole
the...
is a good guy.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Poole.
Oh, yes,
He's a good
yes.
cop.
Yes.
Yes.
Robinson,
boss is not.
Captain
Right.
Robson.
We're trying to
is
get
not.
evidence of him as a small-time crook doing payoff.
Small time.
And the ledger proves it, but we need to figure out how to decipher unless you know accounting
And
or
we
know
went-
somebody who knows
No,
accounting.
not
And
accounting.
we went into, I'm sure someone at your organization does. So we went,
Like the
whatever,
Pope?
whatever that may be.
I was about to make an awful
Wherever that may be.
Yeah, exactly.
So we went in to get the evidence, the ledger, and in our exploration in the locked basement door,
Inadvertently.
there were a pit down there covered with wood and 3 zombies.
3 zombies behind a curtain.
They don't know how to use stairs
And they can't use stairs.
or
Showtime.
go through curtains. All we had to do was just curtain them back off. Didn't see anything.
We also figured out that holy water hurts them, and we have like 1 left.
Well, that would
Yes.
make sense. So
So thank
what
you
you
for
gave
that.
us. Thank
why
you.
didn't
we need more?
call the police and say that we
We did.
found...
Oh, yeah.
We did.
What's her name?
He
Shoshana Berg, yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
Well-
we called and said that there was a murder
That there was a murder.
Okay.
It was an
location,
anonymous
and
tip.
they were sending a car.
And you didn't wait to see if anyone showed up?
No.
They had an arm and a seemingly
And a-
dead body with them.
Just toss it back
And,
in.
and anybody in that precinct is going to know me. And they're going to know
Well, but you-
that I'm off duty
Well,
and shouldn't be doing anything
I
like
know,
this.
and we would have gotten in trouble too because what's his name? Your boss threatened us the last
Yes, he
time.
did. Yes, he did.
Oh, he
you know,
knows
but I'm-
you guys? Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
he,
Oh,
he
that's
told
right.
us
Yes, he was there. He was the one that framed everything. Okay, I remember.
Welcome back to the party.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Something you just said makes you all want to make intelligence rolls. That's
I'm
in
not
his
super
specialty.
smart. Yeah.
Whoa.
I rolled
Did
a
he come-
7. Critical 71.
I made it.
Did he come to this house before?
No.
No.
Crit fail.
All right.
She got a 7.
I thought
I got a
96.
Out of 75. Critical
Um,
success.
So,
made it.
You think everything is fine.
Of course it is.
You.
Nobody's in trouble.
I mean, so when she says, like, when he says that, you know, the problem is he knows where you are, like, you remember in Quane, like, knowing exactly who you are, you know, and it's fairly easy to find your address.
Right. We should get out of. We should. Honey, we should go on a trip. and not
And
be
there
here.
it is.
Let's go to London. I
Yes.
like London.
Yes, let's go to London.
We just had a vacation.
No, we need to go again. Our lives depend on it this time.
All right. I mean, you know, you can convince him. He's. Is this like let's leave town? Is that what's
Well,
going?
I have a quick question. Do we
Yeah.
know, did we have an accountant? Did, what's his name? Jackson Elias.
Yeah, no, so
have an
yeah, Carlton
accountant?
Ramsey,
That was
the,
it, yeah.
the attorney, like that's actually a good idea. You could just like turn the evidence over to him, and be like,
And look
here,
for-
you fix this. We have to go to
Yeah.
London.
Yeah, I
Well,
would
and then
recommend that
Lieutenant
we-
Poole.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Both of them
Yeah.
together.
And have them actually look at this.
Exactly, as a team, because, I mean, you know, and
And
you
do the
really
research for us.
I mean, I guess you could help incognito, but.
Well, I mean, if that's where we're at right now.
All right, so on the way to
granted,
the
zombies.
boats, we
On the
Drop it
way
off.
to the boat. So you
book
you start to have a feeling
rich.
very much like that I'm underwater feeling that you had, and you can like see everything that's happening around you, but it's kind of
So I can hear what they're
moves.
talking about.
You're starting to hear things, and you're slowly coming out of it, and so you all see like you hear her like moan.
Okay, and at this point I'm like, oh, what did you do to Alexandria?
Nothing. It happened when
The zombies
he picked her
did
up
it.
off the grabbed her by the throat. I mean, she was. Can you imagine?
I'm gonna go find some alcohol.
I turned to my husband. Is there anything we can do to help her?
He'll
She's got some kind of trauma, obviously.
take a look.
Oh, please touch my throat.
He didn't fumble. He starts to go for it, and like you draw a knife.
I'm still unconscious and draw a knife.
Yeah, like you see him, like he starts to come forward, and he's kind of like this because he's gonna look at it, and like she just was like, and there's a knife in your husband's throat.
Okay.
He's gonna make another sanity roll.
well, she's awake now.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say everything's back
I'm
to
not.
normal.
Oh, wow, that's some
You
reflexes.
hear your husband make a squeaking noise.
And I'm just like a rock.
What's Alexandria?
Still not there.
He's backing up. I'm gonna go have a bath, dear.
This is gonna cost me my marriage.
Oh dear.
Worse yet, is Alexandria a zombie?
I hope not.
Oh.
I start snapping in front of her. Hello, wake up!
Don't get near her throat.
No, it's just near
The
her
knife
ear.
is still there, like even when he backs up.
Drop the knife.
Drop the knife. You hear a voice.
I
It
want the
sounds like
knife.
the Dark Pharaoh saying, "Drop the knife."
Oh no. You're safe.
I write on paper. Please drop the knife.
Like white knuckled hanging onto it.
She's in. I don't know.
Everybody can make a psychology roll.
Oh,
I missed it by
I rolled a
one.
7
Nice.
out of 24.
All right, so you made it.
That's a hard success. I think.
You you use some, you start to like talk very calmly, and you start to like bring her out of it. You're like almost using some hypnosis therapy stuff to like try and bring her back and to you really ground her. So there's like 10 minutes where Professor Aldridge is like just describing the room to her. Here's where you are. Here's who's here, just all this very calmly, very all this stuff, and that brings you back.
You are in a safe place.
Okay.
You're among friends.
And as I like pop back up to into the surface and come awake, I'm just like moving, like drop the knife and just curled up in the corner.
All right. Yeah, you are over in a corner. Like you were over by the bar trying to find an empty bottle that isn't empty, and all of a sudden she just like tears past you behind the bar and curls up in the fetal position.
Do you see anything back there?
There's like a moment pause, and then a hand appears above it.
Excellent.
There's a bottle of rum.
A floating bottle of rum.
That'll have to do.
There's like 2 more under there in their mind.
Okay, so we can talk about that if you guys want to like set up a meeting with. So the sort of the things that were left. This could, your current state could possibly impact your meeting with Erica Carlisle, but you could,
I'm listening, and I'm getting more grounded because I'm in a little spot where I can breathe.
I'm just gonna like slowly put tea on the ground and slide her towards her in the back away. This will help, and then goodbye.
I think it will impact the meeting, though.
Okay. Well, so you can
put on like a phonograph, some nice soothing.
If you put opera on, I will.
No.
Like jazz.
Yeah,
Jazz
Yeah,
is good.
something
Jazz is
nice
a
and
good call.
calming
Yeah, make me flip.
and relaxing.
I'll light some incense near her. And be
Like reach out and
burning
grab the
sage
tea.
everywhere.
Grab the tea, slide it into my corner.
there you go.
So you can set up a meeting with Carlton Ramsey, Elias's attorney, who can certainly like try and ponder through the ledger.
Mm-hmm.
You also don't know what effect your police call will have. I mean, you're guessing not a huge one because the Harlem precinct are going to be the ones who show up there, but you never know. And then Erica Carlisle. Those are kind of your your sort of loose ends right now. Since it seems like you have hit literal and figurative dead ends with the Hilton Adams case.
Can I book 6 tickets to London?
Yes, sure.
Awesome, I'll do that.
I also want to look at the ledger just a little bit. I don't know if I'll know anything of it, but like, does it make sense? Does it seem legit? Do I recognize any names? Does it?
So there are no names.
Okay.
You see the same pattern they saw,
Which is
it looks like every Friday there was I think $500 payment.
Yeah, 500.
Okay.
And there are numbers next to them that
Got
could
it.
be.
So you need to break the code.
Right.
Okay. And
Yeah.
it says payment or whatever. It's like the out.
Yes.
It's like the
yeah,
negative
and there's
column in
no
the ledger.
income.
Okay.
This is only an outgoing ledger, and most of the payments in it are the 500. However, there are payments. There are payments that say next to them London. They say Australia. They say London, Australia, Cairo, and Shanghai. So there are payments. The only other payments other than the 500 a week are payments to those 4 places,
Okay.
and they're fairly large sums.
Okay.
Like larger than an African curio shop in Harlem should be
Like
making.
Like 2,000.
1,000 or
they're in the 4 digits, and I mean $500 a week is also
Yeah. Yeah.
the Juju
that's a
House is
lot.
not doing
Yeah,
$500
that's
a
more
week
than
of
a
business.
That's more than a mortgage payment
Yeah.
would be at that time.
Yeah. It's more than probably some of your salaries are. Annual salaries. So yeah, those are sort of your, you've got the ledger, so you can set up a meeting. When are you planning on sailing out? Like next week?
Sure.
Yeah, next week after the new moon, right?
Okay, so the new moon is
Saturday.
Preferably like on the new moon.
Okay, you're going to sail out on Saturday. So it's Wednesday now. Wednesday is the day that it's Wednesday evening right now. You call Carlton Ramsey, and because he gave you a number, and he'll meet you in his office tomorrow.
Can we arrange to meet with Lieutenant Poole at the same time to connect the two of them?
I think the lawyer would have a better chance just working directly with him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'd need like a persuade roll or something to get Poole to show up there, because just saying like we've got really interesting news is not, you know, he doesn't. You'd need a hook to get him there.
There's zombies at the Juju house?
Strangely, that story does not make it into the paper. The next morning, there's a story about the body of Rebecca Schonenberg being found. It is another cult murder, and there's a whole editorial about the. There's a letter to the editor from Captain Robson, talking about the insidious reach of Hilton Adams. And he like writes a letter about how even like days away from facing his ultimate justice, he's still his reach come from beyond Sing Sing.
I almost feel like that's a metaphor for Robson right now. Like Hilton Adams is his like alter ego, and he's really just writing about himself. Sure. Just days away from being caught. I mean.
Okay.
So you arrange to meet Carlton Ramsey about 2:00 in the afternoon at his office, and you bring the ledger. Is there anything else you want to bring him, or are you bringing the arm?
Nope. Can we bury that in the
So
backyard
what are you
too?
doing with the arm?
I took a finger.
I
put it in my apothecary.
only kept it
You're
so
keeping
that
a
she
finger.
Yes.
She can do something with
Make
it.
me an occult roll.
And a forensics roll. That's gross.
Oh, I didn't make that.
What did you roll?
90.
Oh, 90. All right, that wasn't a fumble. Yeah, sure.
Inspiration.
What could possibly go wrong with carrying around somebody's finger?
It might be useful in magic or something. Or I'll just throw it overboard.
There
Whatever.
you go. I'm going to note to you guys that Alexandria hasn't said a word since last night.
Yeah. Nice.
Do you want another
Yeah.
cup of tea?
Several. But she hasn't. She looks like she wants to talk a couple of times, but doesn't say anything.
I'll just slide another cup of tea towards her.
Are you drugging her?
Carlton Ramsey. Carlton Ramsey pulls out a bottle of whiskey and pours everybody a shot. And how can I help you? I'm sorry. Have we? We haven't.
They
met.
did it.
Officer Dave McGillicuddy,
Officer.
Breaking and entering.
for a moment.
Huh. Well, welcome, sir. I have great respect for law enforcement.
Here's the deal. Captain Robson is crooked.
Okay, that's you're not burying the lead.
I pull out a notebook and write in large letters, "Yes, of course."
I don't know what that means.
That's new, right? She wasn't doing that before.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Just
It's a thing today.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna bring down the NYPD, starting.
No, just with the captain.
Just Captain, it ends there as far as I know. He's responsible for all of the murders, you see.
He killed all those people?
Yeah. He killed a reporter.
I think he ordered them to be killed, actually.
So
That's
how
what
did
happened.
how exactly did he kill all these people?
I like her question.
You know, just
Silas
Like
and
who-
Quane killed them.
so he
And
ordered
they're
Silas Aquane.
working with Robson, yes. Every week, $500 goes out of the Juju house to a cop that comes and picks it up. I've seen it with my own eyes on several occasions.
So it's a racketeering thing.
And we have a ledger that proves that that's happening.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the call that happened? There was an anonymous call at the Juju house, the murder of... did you ever come across that? Did you hear about that report at the Juju house?
No.
You
So
saw
I
it in the
called
paper,
in-
though, yes?
Yeah.
I called in a murder because of the...
We were there. We saw it.
Oh, no, there's no story in the paper about the
Exactly.
Juju house. There's
Yeah,
no.
exactly. There's no story in the newspaper about the Juju house.
Jackson Elias rides again.
Here we go.
I'm not saying it's
Look,
the Juju house.
So, I mean, it sounds like we need to do some investigating about this and look at this ledger. And, I mean, so you're an eyewitness, so your testimony would be very useful.
So
Would you be willing to testify as well?
I would.
Okay, well, here's where I suggest you not leave the city.
Well, we've been ordered by Robson, Captain Robson, to leave the city. He threatened us. When we were at her
New
apartment.
York police told you to leave the city.
That's correct.
Yeah, they're corrupt.
Do you remember the newspaper clipping about an apartment with a huge gaping hole in the side of it?
Yes.
That's her apartment.
I'm very
Okay.
sorry.
There was...
Those repairs will not be covered under the agreement with Mr. Elias.
Understand.
Just the loudest eye roll possible.
So here's the thing. His partner, check this out, his partner,
Dead.
Mathis, right? It wasn't Mathis.
Okay, no, he's dead.
And
dead.
he's now dead, and he's partly responsible for that hole.
I
So,
suggest you
This is
talk
a very
to.
poor explanation for something I don't understand.
Well, if we just spell it all out for you, you just think we're completely nuts. But we were there. We've seen it.
Okay, look, I'm here to help you. So I'm
So-
happy to start an
so
investigation.
we will
of this.
start at the beginning. Hilton Adams is innocent.
That's great news.
How he's framed by Captain Robson.
Well, that's terrible news.
Right. So the murders that have been happening while he's been behind bars, unable to do them,
Right.
have been blamed on him by the captain.
And it's because
Makes
the
sense.
captain is actually the one that's connected to the cult. He's working for them, and he's in cahoots with the guy who runs the Juju house.
Cult.
Yes. That's what it's been, the papers. They're saying that Adams is part of some cult and that he's making this all this. It's Robson that's actually the one
Ordering
that's
those
connected.
hits.
He's
So
the one.
he's running the
He's
cult?
running.
No, I
he's
think
connected
he's,
to it.
I think he's
Part of it.
covered up. He's the
Yes.
cover up.
He's
He's
the
getting
cover-up.
paid to cover it up.
Yep.
He's not running the cult, and I'm sure he's not calling the shots, but he's definitely keeping everything
Huh. Who
Pointed
do we
in the
know
wrong
who's
direction.
running the cult?
No, we just know somebody who's really heavily in it. It's the Silas Kwane who runs the Juju house. He's the one that actually probably committed the murders, more than likely. I mean,
Well,
the 3 bodies
don't
were
know.
found
Well,
there.
I mean, so you guys know that when you saw people, like, and Kwane wasn't there when Jackson Elias was killed. It was
No.
3 other guys.
right.
Yeah.
They send flunkies to do that sort of thing.
Right, right. Of
As you
course.
do.
So we believe Lieutenant Poole would be the best person to go over this ledger and connect those dots to bring down the captain.
He's the most up and up member of the force
in
that I
D&D
know
terms,
of.
he seems trustworthy.
We don't use D&D terms.
You missed
He had
you
a
missed
rant
the,
about
the beginning of the show.
hating.
That's like swearing around
Trust me,
here.
she hasn't missed any of them.
She's heard them many times over the years.
And the eye rolls.
So good.
Well, so
But due to us being civilians, I doubt Lieutenant Poole would listen to our testimony, and we think you would be the best person to reach him.
how do you know this Lieutenant Poole?
He was there.
He was at
during
Jackson Elias's death
investigation. Yeah, he was the first.
And
Oh.
they
They
were there as
investigated.
well.
Yeah. They
Oh.
investigated
And
the
you-
call.
And he's very keen on trying to figure out what's going on with the cold, if I remember correctly.
Well, then, yeah, he sounds like a good person to contact. I'm concerned that if there's a cult, that I mean, you're in all sorts of danger. Do they know you came here?
No, we used the back door. Just a given. Every time I go anywhere.
There.
Yes.
Two
The
hotels
first
and a
thing he
back door.
said was, "I don't do front doors. I don't do front doors anymore." Well, I'd suggest that if you can limit any contact you have with family members or other connections, because, I mean, you're probably being watched at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told you that that Jackson became very paranoid towards the end, and it sounds like he was right. So you're leaving, is what I'm hearing.
Probably
yeah.
Saturday, a few days.
Saturday. Well,
Well,
I can take depositions from you, but those likely won't hold up in court without your presence.
I also feel like there needs
Is
to be
it
more
possible?
evidence.
to have,
I feel this way as well.
is there a way of I mean, what's the term? There's a protection that happens with witnesses. A
Yeah,
witness
not it.
protection. Is there a way?
I wonder if they
for
had
us-
witness protection in the 20s. I don't know.
They might have during.
I mean,
sorry.
Someone Google it,
Yeah, Google it and let us know in the chat.
please.
Please.
I mean, we could ask, but I mean, that would go through the police. And
Right.
And we would have to have a case.
unless we can somehow involve the feds,
Yes,
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I
and
think
so-
we really should.
Which means that we would have to then turn around, build a case against Robson for racketeering in order to get the feds involved.
Yeah, that sounds very long game.
well, I must admit that if you're leaving on Saturday, it's hard to. It's hard. You don't make very persuasive witnesses.
But if we stay, we might die.
Yeah.
That is certainly a consideration. So here's my
Do
suggestion.
you know a judge that we could talk to out from behind the, like out of court
I mean,
that could
I
help?
know a judge or two
Maybe?
that I trust.
Yeah.
But, and I mean this in the nicest way, I don't think this is ready for being put in front of sane people. Here's what I
Could you
suggest.
put a request to the judge that we be protected while this investigation is going on? Is that possible?
I mean,
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm going here with this?
I
I'm
do.
trying to figure out.
but again, that order would go, if we do it through a judge,
Take a while.
anything that isn't going through the feds is going to go through the NYPD.
Right.
So here's my suggestion. You get on the boat. You go to London. That's probably where you'll be safest. I'm going to continue to research, and I'm going to get an accountant to go through this ledger. And I'm going to try and do everything I can to get Captain Robson. It might be. I'm going to take, over the next couple days before you leave, I'm going to take depositions from those of you who have experienced his corruption. And I mean this in the nicest possible way. I really think that any of you that have family in New York should suggest they go somewhere else. Because you've, if you feel like anyone in this cult knows where you are or where you've been, they're probably in danger. You've been attacked several times. And unless you feel very confident that they can handle themselves, or that these guys don't know who they are, I suggest you take some measures to protect the people you care about.
What time is it right now?
You met at 2, so it's probably getting towards 4.
Or
Right here.
well, us leaving here in the light of day might not be good either. Should we stay until it gets darker and it's easier to hide, or? I mean, it sounds like we should be wearing disguises until we get out of town. If we. Something.
She holds up the of course note again.
I mean, I doubt Inquana knows it was us.
If he saw you.
Okay, my magic with the talismans is really good. Don't at me.
Don't at me. Is that what you just said? You are such a Gen Z.
I don't get that reference.
That's even better.
That's to at Ezra won't tweet.
So you can at him there.
Yes.
Um,
I'm a millennial. I barely understand it.
So yeah, it's about 4:00, and like he said, Ramsey is going to get an accountant, a forensic accountant, one of my favorite jobs, to start going through the ledger and try and make some sense of it, and to try and be able to connect the dots. You feel like, you've maybe caused a small setback to the cult by, the commotion at the Juju house. You're not sure, but that's sort of where it is, and you've been warned that your families are in danger, to the extent that you have families.
Nah.
And I write it. I write in my notebook. Emma, Jimmy knows where you are, and
Yeah.
pass it over.
And I mean, here's the thing. I'm not super concerned because,
Your brother's a cop.
yeah, my brother's a cop. He lives with my parents. We all live with my parents because that's what you do, including his wife and his child. So nobody ever sleeps. But
That explains so much.
yeah, exactly. There's
That's
a
why
lot
you
of
like
us.
the coffee all
Yep.
the time.
There's a
That's why
lot
she
of
spends
us.
so many nights at your
Yep.
house.
It's quiet there.
Anytime.
There's a lot of us in that house.
She loves the fact that your husband doesn't want to talk to her.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, that's great. So
That's a
I
mood.
would just tip off my brother that he just needs to.
Yeah.
But again, too, it'll stir up a lot because a cop wouldn't do that to another cop family.
It's true.
You just don't,
It's true.
unless you look
It
for
would be hard.
retribution.
It would be
Yes.
hard to tell, a policeman to do that to another policeman.
Yep.
And the policeman's family.
Yes.
Should we get your brother talking to Poole as well, maybe?
I honestly, it's not his precinct, so I don't know
Don't
what.
get him involved.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking, every time we've gone up against one of those parrot shark things, it's we've needed numbers to survive the encounter. I was just trying to, if they're going to be poking around trying to investigate to build a case for Robson, maybe. I'm going to say no. I'm not going to jeopardize his career No,
for that
totally.
stuff. And
More than his career.
Yeah, and his life. But essentially, it's
Ramsey makes it clear that he's going to be very careful. Like he's going to the accountant they're not going to be working. There will be no field work being done here. This is all going to be filing in conference rooms and that sort of thing. They're not going to. Which will probably hamper, the efficacy of things, but it will be much safer.
Yep, and not only that too, it's easier to build a case based on actual,
Data.
evidence as
Yeah.
opposed to stakeouts and eyewitnesses and things of that nature.
The ledger does help
Yeah.
with that.
What year is it again?
25?
25.
Okay, so we haven't gotten Capone yet, have we?
No, that was like 2 years later.
Okay.
All right, so are we done in New York?
Thomas, could you pass me the water?
You have 3 days. It's Thursday.
Thank you.
It's Thursday evening now. You're leaving Saturday. The boat sails at 10 a.m. So you have a couple days. First of all, I think let's do all our skill checks.
Oh, yay.
So this is exciting
I
for
can
Thomas.
see everything.
Where I made nothing.
You made a couple, I think. Didn't you?
I don't think so.
Oh, nice.
All right.
So go ahead and do your skill checks, and then
Damn it.
Thanks.
The one time that you actually want to fail the rolls.
that's right. Roll Amy's dice.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Just have Amy roll
And
for
if you
There we go.
I rolled
Plus 10,
11.
right?
So
D10.
D10.
plus a D10, okay.
Once you make the skill, you roll a
You
D10.
don't
I
get
didn't.
to level up.
Nope,
So
I
if
don't level
we-
up.
Didn't.
Yay.
Sorry.
If you fail the
I made the
roll,
Yes.
fighting roll.
then you add a D10 to the
Ooh,
skill.
and I rolled 10.
Okay.
To roll a 10.
I have like
One of
stupid
these.
amounts
Thank
of
you.
listen at this point.
So I get 10 more on the fighting brawl.
For traveling to the UK, several of you have done it before, so you know these things.
Yeah.
You can try and pack weapons and such and hide them.
Okay.
There's a chance that customs will find it, and then it will be impounded. Because technically bringing weapons into the UK is illegal. Weirdly, the UK does not consider shotguns weapons.
Yeah, I was just like, we can pick up shotguns.
So when you're in
yeah.
the UK, you can buy shotguns anywhere you want.
Hunting rifles, sir. Hunting
Yeah, that's right.
rifles.
And if you meet some unsavory characters, you can probably buy some illegal guns.
Since I make this trip back and forth all the time, can I say that I have a bag that is particularly created to hide
Sure, yeah,
my
you'll
things?
get I'll give you a bonus on the roll to.
We're all gonna stay at my flat, right?
Sure.
I
Can I
have
have weapons there?
Unless you want a backup hotel.
well, I have
Um,
I have a flat there as well.
Because my apartment or my flat there is kind of rigged for the
So were you
fake supernatural
were you-
type thing.
Were you routinely armed before you met this crew?
I mean, with a knife, that's it.
So then you have like a knife at your house.
Okay.
You have like a couple of concealed like hunting knives basically
Yeah.
at your house.
Nothing like Alexandria's collection.
Right.
So is your house like a fake haunted house?
Yeah, basically.
There's like a room with like
Basically,
lights
yeah.
that she can trigger with a foot.
With the foot, and I have like, I'll show you everything.
Okay.
I'll show you the ropes.
So before we go anywhere, I want to pull Alexandria aside.
Sure.
Just the two of us. And
Yeah.
just, okay. So I get that you have a certain skill set.
This might be what gets her to talk.
And I have my notebook in one hand, just look at you expectantly.
I don't think you should write this down.
Psychology.
I'm wondering. It's New York. It's an unsafe city. If in some dark street or alley something were to happen to Robson, would that be a bad thing? Would that be a good thing? Would it not matter either way?
I think about that for a minute.
Oh.
And then I write down, maybe most expedient.
I like it.
Because if it's, Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday?
Yeah, you've got a
Wednesday.
couple days to.
I could.
Well, so here's the funny part. You think you're going to do this. You're now both having different conversations.
Are we? Are we having different conversations?
I don't know. I was going to tail him and then shoot him in the alleyway. That,
Too loud.
yeah.
Do you speak sign language?
Sign language is very evocative. Is one of the nice things.
I don't know. That looked like, I don't know what that looked like.
Dynamite in the mouth.
You are not Jackson Elias.
Dynamite solves everything.
Is there a bra around here? We need some dynamite.
I mean, you're around 4 women.
All right, so I'm going to make you both an offer.
All right.
Oh boy.
You can find an opportunity to assassinate Captain Robson.
But
Well, for you, that's not that big a deal. For you, I mean, sure, you can make an argument that this man has ruined your life and killed, one of your best friends. And, somehow. But, killing someone in cold blood is
Yeah.
a step for you.
And then planting evidence, another step.
What evidence are you going to plant?
Yeah.
that's
The arm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The arm.
Plant the arm, steal his wallet.
With the gun. Make
They
the
find his body and sort of.
arm shot him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Honestly, it doesn't seem like it would help Hilton at all. It wouldn't help Adams. So it might actually make it worse.
Okay. Are you still going to do it?
I'm going to write in the notebook. Still want? Question mark.
I was just talking, just asking.
We're just two people having a discussion.
Hypothetically
So,
speaking.
are you going to kill Captain Robson? you have no doubt that you can do it, and that you can, you're not going to get traced.
Yes, I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to go hunting.
So Wednesday night, you follow him.
Mm-hmm.
You find out where he lives and you follow him. And sure enough, you are able to murder him. And does it feel different?
Not really. I mean, it's a little bit more vindictive, but it's not. It's nothing. It's nothing different than what I've done before.
Okay. Just stab. Okay. Yeah. All right. On Friday, there are stories about crusading New York police officer.
I do not read the newspapers until we leave.
Crusading New York police officer murdered. Gangs suspected.
Question.
Hmm?
So Friday night going into Saturday morning, is that technically the new moon, or is it the following?
I thought it
New
was
moon
Saturday,
is Saturday
night.
night. So you'll be at sea for
Yeah.
the new moon.
You're gonna do it on the boat?
Yeah.
It's
It's a protection talisman. It's not that bad.
You're
It's not blood magic.
You're gonna do it without grounding.
Yeah.
I have water.
I have water.
Water washes things away.
We'll see.
Seawater has very interesting effects. A lot of magic doesn't like seawater.
Or
because-
water, just kind of in general.
Often water in general, but sometimes water is a conduit, like fresh water. Seawater, because of the salt and the way it tends to adversely impact organic material, often has weird things with. There's some weird occult stuff about how salt water has analogies to blood.
I could pay an extra fee and move our tickets to Sunday evening.
That's fine. I just decided to book it as soon as I could.
Sure,
basically.
you can get a so the ships leave mornings. They leave
Okay.
mornings.
Okay, so Sunday
All right,
morning.
So
So
Sunday
Sunday
morning, we'll need lots of coffee.
I mean, I will.
Let's pack the night before.
All right.
I mean, it's
We can move it.
Okay. So you're going to spend one more night.
so yes. I have committed a murder and look somewhat pleased with myself.
Did you tell us about it?
No, are you kidding?
Do we have an inclination that you did it, but we just don't speak of it?
That's up to your character.
Do you read the newspapers?
Yeah, you clearly see that he's dead.
Yes.
Like, there's a story about crusading police.
There's a
captain.
hint of smile in your face.
Just like quietly, sharpening a dagger.
Slides a cup of tea over. Solidarity.
So yeah, we. It sounds like London is your next move. So we will pick up there next time. We'll deal with your. You're going to do some protective magic stuff, and we will head on to London. Did everybody do all their skill checks and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, let me know if you ever get a skill over 90.
Okay.
Because then you
I'm a
will
long
have
way from that
demonstrated
yet.
mastery and you'll gain some sanity. In fact,
What?
you're going to gain a little sanity right
I told you it was coming back.
I mean, not a lot, because let's be honest.
You know
And
what?
our luck resets, everyone.
That is not true.
Yes, yes.
All right, so let's see here. Sanity rewards.
3.
10.
Just
5.
3.
10?
10.
10.
10.
So didn't really break up the cult. Didn't really neutralize that guy.
Wow.
Killed a random
Damn.
cop. Crime.
That's sanity loss.
So
Not for me, it isn't.
you're gonna gain. This is gonna be like an algebra problem now. So you're gonna gain a d6 for solving Jackson Elias's murder.
Uh-oh. Okay. We did obviously terrible
3.
on that. Yep.
3.
Maybe don't circle anything yet.
Okay.
You're going to lose
Okay.
a d8 for a swath of innocent people dead behind you.
Oh, come on.
How much is that going to bother me?
The innocent people bother you.
Really? Do I care about them?
Fair enough.
Oh wait, actually, you said you didn't care about the reporter.
Yeah,
right?
I
So
didn't.
you only lose a D6.
Fair enough.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so I'm at neutral.
Okay, so I didn't gain anything.
There you go. Yeah, that was.
That's it?
That's it?
Is that the
Game
final
2.
number? Okay, still hit.
Lucky you.
Barely.
The other, you boy, helping out Hilton Adams would have really helped your sanity. Breaking up the cult would have really helped your sanity.
How could we have done that?
Blow it up.
Dynamite.
The
Only if I
Sebastian
had the
solution.
C4 in my bra.
The downside was the kids that lived in the building adjacent.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise,
yes. The dynamite would have negatively impacted Jimmy's quality of life.
What if we threw the dynamite downstairs only, not upstairs?
I mean,
You should
it
have
is
looked in the pit.
Yeah.
All right, so
Oh, what was in the pit?
you'll never know.
Dragon Horde.
Never know. Dragon Horde.
Dragon Horde.
Are we never
I
going
got
back?
that reference.
The Juju house is no more.
The Juju house has closed.
Interesting.
It's going to be hard to move that pit. Come on.
I mean,
That's a great line. It's going to be hard to move that pit.
Yeah, actually, so quotes of the week this time are, I don't use front doors anymore. I was just suggesting that so you didn't die alone. And it's going to be hard to move that pit. Next week, we will not have any adventures on the boat because,
We've had that.
yeah, and we will be in London for, I'm sure, nothing going wrong.
A jolly good time.
So there's a jolly good time in making your protection.
The voyage, the sea voyage in January will take a week, and then the boat will arrive in Southampton, and then you'll take a train to London, which will take about it's about a day, the train ride. So it's about 8 days until you're in London.
All right.
Which will put it at January 31st, February 1st.
Wow.
Next time I'll bring the calendar.
Excellent.
It's gonna be hard to
Alrighty.
move that.
And Alexandria may actually be talking again by then. We'll see.
We'll see if the London fog agrees with you.
Well,
So thanks so
London
much.
fogs.
That's going to do it for Quests and Cthulhu for another week. Keep liking, keep subscribing. Again, Hefner, thank you so much for all the subscriptions.
Thank
That
you
was
so
amazing.
much.
Thanks to everybody that supported
nice.
us. And keep commenting. I answer questions on YouTube when people ask stuff. I'm sure players shouldn't read that stuff. I spend a lot. Actually, I spend a lot of time on YouTube going like, I'm sure that won't go poorly for them.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate how engaged you are. Our community is awesome.
Yes.
We love talking with you about the fun stuff we're doing. So let me see if I can get this right for once. Monday it's Nat 1.
Yep.
Tuesday it's the Chaos Agents.
Yep.
Wednesday some schlub runs some game. It's just
you almost got it.
Ladies.
Wednesday is ladies' night.
I'm here for the drinks.
Smart
Drink
man.
specials.
They won't let you in the door.
No.
And the cheese.
Not the front door.
Come in the back door, then we'll talk.
Exactly.
Never mind.
Oh, that's so